Hey everybody, welcome to Noir Bar, and we are open for business for the evening. Welcome one and all. And joining me here at the bar this evening, so far it's only Farzusmi. How you doing, Far?
Only.
Well,
Only.
well, there might be others stumbling in as the night goes on. We don't know. There's, as everyone can plainly see, there's plenty of stools at the bar. But I'll tell you what I will be doing, because I forgot to do it before things got started here. I have to open chat so I can capture chat. Oh, yeah, Far, did you see?
Kind of has to do it live.
Yeah, because otherwise you guys would have seen, like, you know, the start screen with the smoking lady through the door. You would have seen me change to the interior view of the bar. You would have known what was going on behind the scenes first. There, that should bring it up. So in any case, welcome one and all. Let's see who's all here. Angela's here. Ramen Noodles is here. WR Costin's here. Gilcado's here. Chat is a big white rectangle of nothing, Polly, says Gilcado. Nothing is...
Don't worry about it.
Nothing is ever nothing. Read Sartre. It's true. Don't... actually...
What the fuck was
that? Don't read Jean-Paul Sartre. Unless you have friends nearby that are able to talk you down. It's... goddamn... I remember reading Sartre. His most famous volume is called Being in Nothingness. Far. He's a French existentialist. I mean, oh my god. It's a... Chat now exists. It always existed, Gilcado. It just hadn't... how does he say it? It has... existence precedes essence, according to Sartre. So it's... Well, let's just not go down that route. Yeah, okay, people get drunk and philosophical, but I'm not doing that tonight because... Jesus.
Yeah, please don't make us want to kill ourselves. Please.
Exactly.
I don't want to be sad. I'm not going to get sad.
Well, you know what? It's funny you say that. There is a lot of actual profound stuff going on inside of existentialism, but there is an undeniable strain of fucking depressing nihilism at the same time.
What do you expect? Is people going like, this is how life is, man. This is just how it is. Of course it's gonna get fucking depressing and shit.
No. I said they were French. This is how life is, Monsieur.
No. Well, we know I'm Australian, so I automatically cannot do a French accent, so...
Well, neither can I. I can only do like a... I can't do a French accent. What I can do is a bad impression of Pepe Le Pew. You know, and that's not a French accent. Oh, Jordan's here. Hey, Jordan, what's up? Lurking Gopher. Now, that's with a couple of eyeballs. That's... I like it.
Nice.
Like it. And Platty's here. That's awesome. What? Wait a minute. What about Platty? What the fuck are you doing up? It's a little late to be hanging out in saloons now.
She was playing games.
Ah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
She should be brushing her teeth right now. Hopefully. I hope that's what she's doing.
So the like I said, WR Costin's here. Pete's here. Hey, Pete, what's up? Rich is here, of course. Rich is awesome. Evolved Potato. I see someone's talking to Evolved Potato. Let me scroll up. Is he here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Hey, Evolved Potato, how's it going? Worst time for me at crappy family dinner. Won't be home for an hour. Oh, shit. Well, and Rajan's here.
Yeah, which might be for the best considering what you're planning to show.
Oh yeah. No kidding. And Rajan's here, one of my longest time listeners. Always happy to have Rajan. Or Rajin. Regine.
Regine, hold on.
Yeah, it could be French. It could be Rajin, and he's.
I don't fucking know.
And I just said he. I don't know. It could be a she. I've never. See, I don't know these things. But let's see who else is here. Jim Beam's here. Good. We also have Jim Beam behind the bar. So, what I wanted to do before we get started was... Oh! So far, did you see what was going on? Angela had typed about it in chat. The stream from last night, Noir Bar from last night, was inaccessible to a whole bunch of people for a while. They're writing it in the comments.
Really?
Yeah, they're writing it in the comments. This is Kyle wrote one, and Angela did, and some other people, and there's some people who were like, I thought they were only surly here, but they're surly when they go home from here too, because they're like, the screen's just black. What the fuck? I'm like, whoa, it's what? So I go look. Yeah, they weren't wrong. The video appeared to be there, and you'd click on it, and the screen would just be black, and the chat wasn't starting to scroll. That was it. And so
Weird.
Yeah. So I commented to all of them. You're right. Same thing with me too. I can't even see it. And in Creator Studio, it said it was processing. I don't know what the fuck it was processing, but it stopped everyone from being able to view it. And I thought about privating the stream.
It was processing something. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And so I thought about privating the stream for a while, but then I figured a whole bunch of people would not come back and try again because it's like, oh, Polly took the stream down. And it's like, no, it just... But anyway, it's running now. This is Kyle commented later that, like, okay, finally it's working now. Sad Boy says, hello, Polly. I'm now playing Death Stranding. Do you know that game, Far?
No.
No, neither do I.
No idea what that is.
Mod Oracle's here.
But,
Very good to see you.
Yeah.
Oh, Havoc's here. Hey, Havoc. I'm sorry, what's up?
Evil One is here, and he's upset with you.
Why? Is there someone... Wait, he's supposed to be watching the door. Yeah, I show up and I check IDs and you ignore me. Bad enough you don't pay, Polly. Times are tough. Okay.
He doesn't pay me either, so...
You know what? I try my damnedest to pay attention to chat. So, yeah, if I don't answer you, chat on a question, don't feel bad about asking the same question over again. It's probably just that I didn't see it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm waiting to see if TOS. You know, TOS has the mushroom cloud avatar.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see if he shows up.
Yeah, the one I drew.
Oh, you drew that?
Yes.
Oh, cool. And on okay, really quick, on Holy Reaper, by the way, just unlocked the brand new GIF that I installed just tonight of sexy Jessica Alba in her stripper's outfit from Sin City 2, picking up a bottle of vodka and taking a swig like a fucking boss. And hold on, just grab my tablet here, y'all. Unholy Reaper says, thank you very much for the donation. I will take the usual barkeep, double on the rocks. Make it 4 Roses bourbon. An excellent choice. 4 Roses is the good stuff. 4 Roses comes in like... You ever heard of 4 Roses? No, that's how you know it's good. It is not available in 4 fucking liter goon bags. No, 4 Roses bourbon is available in everything from their basic blend all the way up to really high-end, multi-year age stuff. But you really can't go wrong with it. That's not bottom shelf at all. Yeah, I like 4 Roses. I am not drinking 4 Roses. You know what I'm drinking? Green Label Jack. See, most people...
I have no I don't really know.
Well, okay, there's a certain Tennessee whiskey by the name of Jack Daniels, Far.
Okay,
and,
okay, I know that much.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
What? Don't cuss out the bartender. Shit.
I'll do what I want.
The classic label that you might have seen. I mean, people have it on T-shirts, and some people get it on their Harley Davidsons and everything, right? Is Jack...
Got it.
Right. Is Jack Black Label number 7. Jack makes a whole number of other ones. They make Gentleman Jack. They make Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, that if you ever have a chance to try it. It's competitive with some of your high-end bourbons. Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, in my opinion. But they also produce Jack Daniel's Green Label, available in certain areas. It's low down, man. It's it's what broke people like me drink when it's on sale, you know?
Oh, gee. That's the vibe I was getting, but I don't do the alcohols often, so it's just kind of like, okay, what is it? What do you mean Green Label? Oh,
Unholy Reaper says I love Single Barrel personally. Yeah, it's just out fucking standing. You know Costco, right, Far?
I have been to a Costco. It was weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
It was fucking weird.
And, Zombie Teddy's here said 4 Roses Single Barrel. Dude, there's every bourbon company that produces a single barrel, which is a lot of them. You know, you'll drink it and you'll say, I always think to myself, this is what you could have been selling the whole time. Why are you mixing a watery version of this awesomeness? You know what I mean? It's the truth is because they're picking their very best barrels to, you know, mix. They're not doing a batch of 3,000 barrels. When you got 3,000 barrels, you can mix in a few, not bad, but substandard, not as flavorful barrels. You can get away with it. The result is a good product that's only just good. You know, when it's single barrel, hey man, there's only one barrel that make up everything that's going in those bottles. So you have to pick an excellent barrel, and it's fucking outstanding. So I was talking about Four Roses, Costco. Got bourbon on the brain, literally in my case. Tennessee whiskey on the brain in my case. Costco sells alcohol. Yeah, alcohol. Yes. Did you know that Costco sells liquor?
It doesn't surprise me. I'm still weirded out by it, but it doesn't surprise me.
By the entire concept or the idea it sells liquor?
No, because here you don't really buy liquor in store. You have to go to specific, like, bottle shops and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, it was... When I visited, it was such a strange thing for me to see you have a section in your Walmart dedicated to alcohol. Okay,
yep.
Then. And it wasn't just Walmart. It was like other places too. It was like, what is this?
It's wild. A friend of mine just bought a sidebar, which is it's kind of like a little table that you put off to the side. You put china on it, or dishes, or doilies, or whatever chicks are into. I guess he turned into a true sidebar. So I got to go get a whole bunch of liquor. He had a martini set already on like a wet bar pad, like the one with all of the fingers in it to absorb liquor when you're mixing and such. He already had all those things, and he had a few bottles of liquor in the house. But he goes to Costco and picks up like the big 40, 60, 72 ounce bottles of like on the cheap from Costco, and he sent me a picture, and I was like looking on my phone. I was like, Jesus Christ! He got like the mega magnum sized Grey Goose. He got, oh my God, so much liquor. And the only thing I could think to say back to him was, well, you got 3 kinds of cognac there. That's a sign of class. And he's like, no. It's that there's 3 types of gin and 3 types of cognac. That's class. All right. I'm not one of those guys that gets on the hate gin train. I happen to like gin. Not all the time, but it's good. Okay, open alert variations. I'm just doing something here real quick.
I'm being told in chat that apparently they do sell alcohol in stores here. Not where I am. Again, it's that weird thing you have to remember. If I'm talking about over here, I mean Western Australia. Because it's not the same. As weird as that sounds, it's really not.
Fair enough. Oh, look at this. Michael Hatfield says, good morning. I'm drinking Maker's Mark. And you, sir, are a gentleman. That's my weapon of choice, Maker's Mark. Absolutely. That's my go-to product right there. And Zombie Teddy asks, have I ever done the Bourbon Trail in Kentucky? Not yet. I've heard stories from people that have done it. I'd really like to. Just I would turn it into one hell of a bender, man. It'd be great. Angela says, oh, Polly, a decent Irish mule, and the recipe seems to be as follows. About 3 shots of Jameson's ginger beer bitters in a mason jar glass, garnished with a lime wedge. Ginger beer, Irish whiskey, and bitters. It's I'm trying to think of what that would even come together to taste like. I do have a bottle of Angostura bitters that I generally just use for a single drop or 2 when I'm making bourbon sours. I know it's not the classic recipe to put bitters in it, but I like it. It adds a little something. So before we even went live, and I'm not really sure exactly when it was from, Manic, one of our favorite patrons here at Noir Bar, dropped a very generous donation, but I don't think she's even here right now. So the fact that it happened off hours, it's like somebody dropped like an envelope of money as a tip through the envelope slot in the door, you know, and I showed up for work and it was here. See what I mean?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you see what I mean.
Ultimate shade.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we will, let's see. What do I want to do? Let's run this one as a test, the $10 one. Oh, I love that. Look at her. Look at Jessica Alba. Oh, she's a sexy woman. Yeah, that's not actually John, that's Manic. It's just the default says John. And because it was a really generous donation, we will run... Look at that. Ava Green, naked in bed, covered only by shadows. I love it.
It'll take me a minute to see.
Yeah. So those two donation tests were for you, Manic. Oops, hit my mic stand there. Or for you. I'm sorry you weren't able to see it, but I really appreciate the donation. Nonetheless, it was very generous. Let me go back to my analytics. So is that what y'all call liquor stores there? As bottle shops?
Bottle shops. Yeah.
I mean, that works. It's a functional name. I'm down with it.
Yeah, it's just the bottle shop.
Oh yeah, Manic is a great artist. She put up she does a lot of really fun stuff. I think I saved, at least I hope I did. I try and save a lot of stuff that people send at me because I'll never be able to find it again on Twitter or in my DMs. I need to stick it in a folder where it's actually possible to hunt the thing down later when I want to. I'm kind of organized, guys, just not very.
It's an organized chaos that's not organized at all.
Shh. It's fine.
Hey, I'm not one to talk. Fuck, man.
Is that gonna actually open the picture? I double clicked on it. There we go. Takes its time. Here, this is the picture that I wanted to show. Capture screen. There we are. Look at this little adorable otter sitting in a chair, looking adorable.
Oh boy, give me a minute.
Yeah. Well, chat can see it right away.
Yeah, they'll see it right away.
Yeah. Manic sketched this up and sent it out, and it's like Polly taking advantage of his adorableness for donations. That made me laugh, so I had to save a copy. See, look how adorable that otter is, just smiling away.
I see it now. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, there's
it is
that
adorable.
It is, and then there's these. Remember these, Far? I want these. They're the otter slippers.
What, the slippers?
Yeah,
the slippers.
Yeah,
they're just gonna bob around so much.
But yeah, that's the only reason I don't want to jump at them, because I love the fact that they're the otters are holding on to little clams here in the front. That kills me. But it's just as you walk, I just don't want like the heads to be flopping around.
They wouldn't flop around too much, but it would be enough where it's like, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and again, it would depend on how they attach them as well. Like, you can't really tell there, unfortunately, how well they're really attached.
I love this. Jordan just put together a meme of a hard-boiled detective with a otter head and a fedora on. How to bump gums like a hard-boiled dick. I love it. That's getting saved and
like
retweeted.
A hard-boiled dick.
Yeah. Dick is a nickname for a detective. Oh, don't read into it.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Is it actually?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my! I've never seen that before.
Yeah. Well, it's like
That's
old-timey. Do you know what I mean? But that's the idea of noir. It's that it's old-timey. Yeah, dicks.
Yeah.
Dicks are short for detectives. And then private detectives, for some reason, are known as a shamus. Never quite figured out why that is.
weird. But your chat's fucking up.
Ah, shit it is. Look at that. Ain't that some shit? After I went through trouble to get... Is it on top chat? Yes, it is. Let's see if that fixes things, though I doubt it will.
Nice.
Thank you for the reminder, by the way. I forgot about that myself. See, everyone says, hey, you know, hit the blue button and scroll the arrow down. Well, okay, here's the thing. That is not what's showing on my chat. My chat's moving. It's the capture that's frozen and showing the blue button. You can't interact with a capture in that way in OBS, so there's no button for me to hit. It's just a display of an image. Fuck. Shit's a headache, man. Alright, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go into the chat capture and try and clear the browser, or clear the cache, and see if that gets it jump-started. If not, I will have to recapture it over again like I did last night.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, there it's refreshing it. Let's see if it froze again right away when I did this last night, clearing the cache. And it's moving now. We'll see how long that lasts. Oh, guys. You have no idea. I spend more time putting out technical fires with computers than I do computing.
And for some reason, I spend a lot of time listening to it.
Shut up. Don't judge me, woman.
No, I don't judge you. I judge your potato for not being able to handle it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's what it comes down to. Is it really my computer?
Well, you'll find out.
Yeah. I will get another computer.
One way or another.
You know what the funny thing is that, like, I start talking to people, you know, Hammer and Platy and the like, because I started thinking about buying a pre-owned computer, a used computer, if you will, because they were cheaper, you know, like $400. It actually has a video card, and yeah, I know there's a lot of people that are really sharp with the technical aspects. I couldn't tell you what video card off the top of my head. I'd have to go into my favorites and pull up what it was. A GTX 455.369 AC unit, like whatever the fuck all those numbers and letters mean. Platy can decipher them. Hammer can. I can't. Platy says a lot of what she does, she judges us. She's just vocal about. So you believe that you're... Kilcotto says, overclock that potato. I don't... You know what? I'm still failing to grasp what this stuff even means. I mean, you guys have to remember, I'm a bartender from the 1940s. I don't understand these things that you're talking about. When I want to send a message, I go down to Western Union and they send it out on the teletype, okay? I don't know about all these interwebs you speak of.
Well, they didn't have the internet back in the 1940s?
No. The interweb back in the 1940s were telegram wires, where you know.
Oh, I'm learning so much.
You know the things. Yeah, that's how I send messages. A lot more real. You have the paper in your hand. You know, when you're giving a message to someone.
What paper? What is paper?
In case it's pressed dried wood pulp. Okay, smartass.
That sounds disgusting. Oh god, I can't even continue that.
Unholy Reaper says, that's why I chose to be a gunsmith, then a tech guy, because me no get computers. Well, I didn't realize you're a gunsmith. That's awesome. You must have a lot of fun. It's yeah, I'd like to hear about that, actually. I'm not a gunsmith, but I am a shade tree gun mechanic. I really love monkeying around with my own firearms, dropping components and DIY trigger jobs and stuff, so I'm sure you'd have some insights into how I've been fucking my shit up. Gokata says, overclock is where you turn up the voltage on the telegraph wire because it's too long, and the person at the other end couldn't get the signal clearly. Wow.
Oh my god.
You know you're being condescended to when, huh? That's great.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I mean, that was funny. I like that. Oh fuck. I get the idea of overclocking because I'll see enough operates at standard gigahertz of X overclockable to Y at a higher number. I don't understand why not just have it run there? Is it like constantly redlining your engine? It'll just wear the part faster or cause it to burn out sooner, or you have to have better coolant, water coolant, air cooling going on because it's going to be running so hot. I don't get the ins and outs and the ups and downs of stuff like that. So it's a little inside baseball for me. Again, I know how to dodge prohibition agents and operate a speakeasy and pay off the doorman, evil one, so we...
And get copies of Cop Rock.
That's right.
That's the most important skill of all.
And kick the band in the ass so they play at night, Yeah, on Holy Reaper, we should do we should get together all the gun people and do a one-off stream like Blind Press does Star Trek streams. And I'm going over there because I'm a Trek fan. Shut up, don't judge me. But we have a fun time going over there and talking about it. And there's a few gun people I know. We should get together and do shoot the breeze, if you'll pardon the pun. You thought it was funny?
Yeah, shoot that breeze. Show it who's boss.
Now, Thar. Well, actually, hold on.
Did you find the image?
I think I might have just scrolled by it right now. Oh, you know what I just scrolled by?
What?
The picture of Ben Affleck's nanny that he was fucking.
I don't remember this.
Didn't we even talk about it on Noir Bar once?
We might have, but I don't remember.
Chat, remind me, did I ever go off on my thing about how stupid Ben Affleck is? Because he cheated on his beautiful wife with the fucking babysitter, and it pretty much brought an end to their marriage, which is kind of understandable.
Oh, I'm vaguely remembering it now that you got pissed at it, yes. Vaguely, but I don't remember what she looked like.
Remember when I was having fun with cursed images?
When are you not having fun with cursed images?
Hold on, what's that one called? HVKG. Boom. Image capture.
I'm pretty sure that a good chunk of the cursed images I've seen in the past 2 years have come from you.
No, that's not true. That's an exaggeration.
You give me nightmares.
No, that's... Okay, that one of the guy snapping his tooth off with a pair of nail clippers.
Oh god, I don't even...
I could see that giving someone nightmares, but other than that, seriously, what is
What about the butt implants that exploded?
Oh yeah,
whatever the fuck it was.
I said, chat.
That was disgusting.
Get this. This is a great story. Okay, so Platty, Zelthor, a few other people. I think Chaos Eve was there. We're all sitting there talking in voice chat, and Far's waking up on the other side of the planet where she's at in Australia. And we're all just sitting there talking, and I had forgotten the night before that I had sent a picture of a woman who had gotten implants, and her implants they were either silicone implants and they had burst and her butt had deflated, or she had them surgically removed and her butt was deflated. Either way, she had a deflated butt. And I sent a picture of this to Far the night before, hours and hours before, and had forgotten. And then, so we're all sitting there having this conversation, and Far wakes up and she grabs her phone, all sleepy, and just goes, okay, let's see what's going on. And she joins voice chat, and she's like, good morning, guys. And she goes, oh, someone DM me. No, what the fuck, Polly? What the fuck? Like, you should have fucking... She got so mad. It was just...
I don't like it when people send me shit of ass deflations. It's the only way to describe it.
Yeah.
I cannot explain how awful this image was.
Can
it is burnt in my brain, and that is impressive because my brain is shit with images. It is so hard for me to actually think of an image in my head like anyone else would. That's how impressively horrific these photos were.
But that wasn't even my... See, you have to understand, that wasn't my goal. My goal was just, haha, Far will find this funny. I didn't mean it for...
No, I was disturbed. I didn't
mean it to be the first thing you would see when waking up.
Yeah, that's the other part that just makes it so terrible. It was literally the first thing I saw in the morning. They wake up, it's like, hi guys, okay, let's look at message. What the fuck is this?
There we go. There's a cursed image. That was one of my favorites. That's a nice throwback from like a week ago. Or a year ago, I mean. It's so bad. It's so awful to look at. You'll see it.
What is it the woman? Oh god. Oh my god.
Remember that one?
Oh my god.
What? Okay. Look at her tiny little arms. Like, what?
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Gyokata says, I recognize that from a DIA Mandel Hagen review of horrible movies.
Oh god, I know who that is. Diamanda Hagen. Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't surprise me.
I got it from a Red Letter Media bad movies review. That's it's what was the woman cursed or what happened to her that she started?
I forget what happened.
She wanted like big breast, big butt, and she started.
But she got it.
Yeah, she got it.
Not the way she wrote it, but yeah.
Give you a thumbs up, but I can't sit here and watch this. It's okay, I'll get rid of it. It's fine.
Welcome to the cursed images stream. Jesus Christ.
There.
Because then there's the other one. Because then there's the other one where like there was that little story behind that. It's like, oh, I feel bad now.
Oh yeah. I'm still. I mean, because that picture's like all over the place. Or that picture could be.
Yeah, like it could be
deep.
fucking anywhere. Yeah, which is why maybe you could just show the thumbnail that I sent. Because it's in there.
Oh, I don't want to open Discord.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Hold on, give me a second. I'll find it. I know where it's at. I just spotted
you'll
another.
find it.
I just spotted another image that I wanted to.
He's finding all the cursed images, guys.
No, I won't do cursed images. Everyone freaks out. Shoot it! Shoot it in the fucking head! And only Reaper said.
Where is its head? You don't know.
Yeah,
it's too
exactly.
melted.
Okay, there's that one.
Yeah, see, Well Potato, I warned you. I told you. You would be glad that you would be able to see the screen, and now you can, and you just had that shit thrown at you.
Oh. Speaking of cursed images, but ones that are good for laughs. This is always good for laughs. Remember this?
It'll take me a moment.
Remember this?
Oh, XM Hotep actually misses the Happy Bar House.
You do? I think he's out back in the alley. I could go see him.
Oh my god. No, he's fine out there. I'm fine with him as long as he's outside the bar. You know?
Remember this bunch? They should be up on your screen now.
Oh my god, yeah, the non-binary quartet.
Yes.
Fuck's sake.
That
is curse on a whole other level.
Well, yeah. Like these people. And my favorite one is this one right here. I'm mysterious. The one on the far left.
The one on the left?
Yeah.
The left. Yeah.
First time I ever saw this image
Holy
is when
shit.
Blair White tweeted it out with the caption, "You came to the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker."
Well, certainly did.
Oh, Blair can be so fucking funny, man. Oh, shit. Alright, back to the bar.
Oh god.
Those are some ugly ass. Yeah, those.
No, the one on the right, that they have boobs, so I don't know.
I mean I
don't know about that one.
That is a guy, so you don't know. See what was going on here, like specifically, is Blair sent out a link for it. A bunch of people talked about this image. These aren't trans people. these are non-binary people that are deliberately
Yeah.
trying
Well,
to...
yeah, you can really tell.
Yeah.
You can absolutely tell that that's what they're going for, not in a
Yeah.
good way. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know how that would be, any of that would be in a good way, you know? But...
Yeah, they're not trying to... It's not like guys that are failing to look like women. That's not what's happening. They're trying to look like a little bit of everything on purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's... I guess if that was your goal, you succeeded, but the results aren't anything I want to be looking at, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, the results are just embarrassing, you know?
Okay, that picture, and then one more.
Like, that feels like the kind of thing you look back at in 10 years and be like, holy crap, what the fuck was I thinking? You know?
Yep. Those...
Like, it doesn't seem like you'd be proud of that.
Well, the answer is always going to be the same. This is my suspicion, and remember it now, friendly bar patrons. In the future, whenever anybody is like, okay, you ran around on Twitter doing all this? Like, I mean, like, it's been archived, and you're on a video recording yelling and screaming at a black man, dropping N-bombs on him because he's trying to stop your Antifa rally. Whatever this stupid SJW behavior they were engaged in is, they'll explain it the same way. Well, you don't understand. It was the era of Trump. Hate was everywhere. We were part of the resistance. We stood up against tyranny. They're going to ennoble it.
Yeah, well, they're
going
to take the hippie excuse. They're going to take the hippie excuse.
Exactly.
But yeah, I kind of expect it to be quite honest. But at the same time, I don't know who's actually going to take that fully seriously, you know?
Everyone else that didn't like Donald Trump? I mean, think about all the people that took the...
Yeah, true. I mean, I just don't know, because, I mean, it's just so much more documented now than when with the hippies, where you can kind of, if you don't know any better.
Yeah. Well,
but whereas with this shit, it's so... You can easily find it without even meaning to. That it's kind of like... I don't know. I don't know if they're actually going to be able to get away with that excuse, or what.
I think they will be able to, because think about it. Every hippie's excuse will ultimately come back to one thing quite quickly: the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
It was the era of the Vietnam War and Watergate. These are right-wing psychos in control of government. And it's like, no. The person who escalated the Vietnam War and pushed it to the point where it was what it was Lyndon Baines Johnson. Jack Kennedy's vice president, then president, he was a Democrat. He signed into law the Civil Rights Bill that Kennedy wouldn't. He was not a right-winger. That's not a dodgeable, changeable point. Well, the war, man, it was killing people. So we decided to listen to trippy music and smoke dope and run away from home. Right. Makes sense. Donald Trump was in office, so I decided to dress up like half man, half woman and talk about how nobody understands me. What?
Yeah. Again, I do think there will be people that take it seriously, but at the same time, I don't know how many are going to take it seriously, if you get what I mean.
I hope not a lot. I hope there's a...
Yeah, exactly. That's my hope. Anyway, of hopefully, it's one of those things of where it's a small percentage of people that are like, yes, this makes total sense. Just...
Snubberearth says, the point of non-binary poly is just ideological. They reject status norms. They think they are the same as the LGBTQ group. Pretty much they are gender atheists, pompousness and all. That's,
Well, they are the same as the LGBTQ group because they're the Q part of it.
But that's just queer, which means anything that's not...
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying, though. It's like, when you say LGBTQ, it's like, well...
It's an interesting point that Snubberearth is making, though.
They've technically already sneaked their way into it.
But it's... I kind of see the point he's making, that it doesn't begin with... So, you're a trans person, right? And you feel dysphoria. The things that the trans people talk about that I want to present as female, as male, right? That's not what you hear binary people saying. Maybe I just haven't heard the right people talking. It seems like it's like what Snubberearth says. it starts
No, it absolutely is.
it starts ideologically. Like, I shouldn't have to choose, therefore, okay, now I'm going to dress like this, as opposed to dressing like what makes you feel comfortable, like trans people
No,
are
no,
doing.
it absolutely is that. I don't disagree. I'm just saying
that's an
they're
interesting
already
point.
in it.
Even when asked if
Just
he can have his first
because.
drink, you may have your first drink. Feel free, sir. Oh yeah, I was looking for the crazy lady. Sorry, I started pulling up other pictures, and
Yeah.
my meme
the
folder
crazy-
is
the
really big,
crazy
guys.
lady,
And it's,
Jesus Christ.
well, think about it this way: my meme folder is massive and unruly, and it's like 1/20th
Yeah.
the size of Zelthor's.
Yeah, this is why I try to organize it at least, but even in saying that, I'm pretty sure the weird folder in there is just beyond help. Yeah, and yes, I do have a folder that's literally just called weird. And it's full of memes and cursed images, most likely. I don't know, I haven't looked in there for a while.
You just don't know what's in there in general? That's odd.
It's always a surprise when I go looking through it. Because it's kind of like, oh yeah, I forgot about that, and or it'll be what the fuck is this shit? Where did I find this? You know, like, it's a surprise. You never know what you'll find.
You know, I was talking to Eve the other day, and she goes through great trouble to make sure that the chat has the lowest latency possible, that it's as quick to real time as is possible as she can manage. You tell me, chat, does it, when you show up late, do you go back sometimes? Because you can set that setting in YouTube in the creator's studio to make it so people can't go back. The only thing you can watch of a live stream when it's live is what's currently happening. Because sometimes I do that. I'll join a live stream 20 minutes after it started, and I don't have this need to see it live, or I just don't care to see it live, so I just go back to the beginning and watch. But you can't do that if you set it on ultra low latency. It eliminates it. So I don't know, chat, you tell me, do you ever show up late to this stream or any other stream and just go back to the beginning? Because lowering the latency will eliminate your ability to do that. Evil Ones, fuck it, this round's on me, and buys beers and fucking whiskey on the rocks for the whole bar. Well done. Nice, nice. But we'll warn you tonight, like we warned you last night. People are getting whole accounts banned over that stupid shit.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, be careful. Be careful with that. Oh, great. Now Platty is just sending me weird memes that are probably in the file. Great.
Yeah, on Holy
Fantastic.
Reaper, I don't ask them, did they fix that whole thing for people who are putting a whole bunch of emotes in a row? And not just deleting their channel, their entire Google account. I hope that's just a fuck up and that they fixed it, but I don't know yet. They were doing it as of last night, so I couldn't tell you. I don't go
You
back
be careful,
to the...
Platty. I might post these on Twitter just to show. Like, this is what I get.
Okay. Ex-Bubba Hotep makes a good point. I do that as well. He says, I don't go back to the beginning, but I do pause a lot because I'm working. Yeah, if you pause it, you can, but when you start it again, it won't start from where you're at. It'll skip ahead to the live time. And that's one of the prices you pay for having ultra low latency. Okay, there's that picture. Very nice. I will find this picture far. I'm not far. I know it's somewhere down here. So far, what'd you have for dinner?
Said,
I had
upload
ribs.
it to Google Drive. I could, but you know, I'm not going to. I haven't had dinner yet.
You haven't had dinner yet? Huh?
No, it's only 7 p.m.
Oh, I had ribs and fries. I went to a local joint that I totally forgot.
Well, good for you.
I had a gift card for there, and I totally forgot about it. And I found it in the glove box of my car, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm using this right now. I'm getting ribs. There's the butt deflated picture. You want it?
No,
okay.
I don't want it.
All right.
I don't want that. I don't want to be traumatized again. I want some sleep tonight. Jesus Christ.
Let's see. Oh. There we go. I'll open that picture. That's very nice. Okay. Just find pictures that people might want to look at here and just open them all up. And I opened the 4 pictures necessary to tell the story of Ben Affleck being a moron and banging his babysitter. It's a story told in images.
Yeah, like I do. I tell stories through images, right? Right?
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen, there it is, found her.
You found her?
Yeah. You know what the image is labeled as? Terrible eyebrows, 48.
What? It's only the eyebrows?
No, it's because I collected a bunch of images for laughs, just to make you guys laugh over on Discord of terrible weaves, terrible eyebrows.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I remember these.
And this was part of the say no to butt deflation. Okay, chat. Are you ready?
Don't tweet it either. Don't listen to a Vol Potato on this one.
No? Okay.
No. You don't trust me, you don't want to see this. You really don't.
Okay, I'm gonna remove that. Oh yeah, there's a Vol Potato. Okay, tweet the deflated butt pic. I mean, I guess you can tweet. I mean, because it's technically nudity. It's some woman with her pants dropped. Don't forget to take hashtag Noir Bar. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. That reminds me of a few things. Thank you for reminding me, Evil One. I forget to do all kinds of things, including tweeting out that we're streaming. I remembered tonight, though, so that's a good thing. If you're here and you're enjoying this kind of content, late night chill stream, Fire myself here tonight. I sent Jack the link if he's up and around. I think he's really sick right now with his sinus cold. You know, he might pop by, stumble in. If Pat comes by, you can stumble in, that sort of thing. But if you're enjoying the content, by all means, hit that like button. And if you are so inclined, by all means, share it on Twitter or retweet the invite that I sent out to everybody. And, of course, Evil Potato is kind enough to be putting up our... Well, there it is, right on screen. The link to Far's merch page at TeePublic and my Streamlabs, which are all hooked up with... live action GIFs now, pop-ups that I'm pretty happy with. They all look pretty good. I spent a lot of time making sure they were color corrected to fit in with the color scheme of the bar. No, I'm not kidding. I actually did that. I put a warming filter on all of them so they have the same orangish, yellowish glow, that they're not just deadpan black and white. Okay, yeah, it's a little nerdy. What are you judging me for, Far? What's your problem?
I'm not judging you.
Okay. But, as I was saying before, Far is doing animatics now, and she put up an animatics test on her page. You guys should go check it out. It's pretty awesome, and she's working on a new one right now. Like, what would you call them? Comedy animatics or animatics that just have to be funny? I don't even fucking know.
I honestly, I'm just kind of doing it for fun.
Sure.
Just for funsies.
Yeah.
Because I'm not an animator. I've really got to state that. Like, I am not an animator in any way, shape, or form. This is just for fun.
Yeah.
And it just kind of turns out funny. It's like, this is fine. You know?
I get you. And there she is.
It's funny.
There is the lovely woman in question.
So you found the woman of the hour.
Yes. She indeed does not have the best eyebrows, nor lips, nor cheeks.
That's the least of her problems, though. Just the eyebrows.
Says,
I feel so bad in saying this now, though. Oh, there she is.
Yes.
There she is.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel so bad in saying that, though. Because, Jesus Christ.
You just... It's hard to not just... Like,
it's hard to not, but
it's mesmerizing, right?
Just at the same time, though, if the things I was reading are true, I feel terrible.
See, I feel
fucking terrible.
This Rich says hubba hubba.
That is not me, Milkman Dan. Like, Jesus Christ.
Look, You run a late night saloon where you can get liquor after hours. These are the kind of people that randomly come in. I can't just force them to leave. Damn.
But, okay, but here's the only reason this even came up, though. So, I was looking around just at some videos on YouTube, you know, as I do, and I came across a video that was, like, about this woman called, well, I say woman with quotation marks around this, because I don't think anyone really knows what's behind this, like, truly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Ori Chef, or whatever the fuck. It's some Asian lady. Alright?
Uh-huh.
And the whole thing behind this is it's this person who makes all these different Facebook accounts, all with the same name, all with the same images of this woman, some of them slightly different, and they're all friends with each other on Facebook.
Okay.
And they make weird posts and shit. Like, some of them are normal, some of them not so much. And then, like, once in a while, maybe one of the accounts posts some gore or something. Like, it's really fucking weird. But it's kind of funny, because it's just... It's all... like, from an outside perspective, it's all just the same woman making, like, 50 different accounts, having them all be friends with each other. And it's like... Holy shit. But... Anyway, so the video I'm watching on this, like, it was a lot of nothing, to be quite honest. The only bit of humor I found out of any of this was just... You know, the person making 50 different accounts and having them all interact with each other, basically.
Right.
But in the thumbnail, they showed this picture. And I remember this picture from when Polly was posting it ages ago. So I just kind of DM him after, you know, he's like, yeah, you want to come on Noir Bar? Yeah, okay, cool. And just, like, just a screenshot of this thumbnail. It's like, do you still have a copy of that image on the right? Turns out he does.
Delete nothing, chat. Keep it all. It's...
Yeah, like, and so, like, because I was really curious, because throughout the entire video, they actually don't show this woman, this picture anyway. They show the picture of the, that are on the accounts, and it's all, like, this mundane sort of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, exactly what you would expect, basically. And so I'm looking through the comments, and I'm reading again and again. Yeah, the woman on the right, she's not the same person. She's an actual, one of the things I read was she was a cancer patient or something like that. And then another one is she got into a car accident, like, when she was younger, and that's why her face is so fucked up.
I don't believe those things. I think that's just people...
No, but there was enough of it where it was the same name. It was the exact same name, and they had, like, several different things where it was... kind of vaguely the same shit.
Right.
And it's like, it was like enough for me to kind of pause and be like, I don't know if I feel a bit bad now. Holy crap. Because from what I can tell though, yeah, it's not the same woman as, you know, the person making the 50 different accounts. It's just a vaguely, well, not even vaguely, but a kind of creepy image that the person making the video found, and they put it in the thumbnail to add to the creepiness of it, because the channel itself is like a, you know, creepy internet thing sort of channel.
Right. Is it? Green Badger said, it looks like you described a human over the phone to an alien, and then they tried to make one.
Oh god, it is. Yeah, I don't know if any of that shit in the comments was true, but considering the amount of times I saw the same name over and over again, yeah.
Her name is Ori Sheaf. Yeah, that's what Far was saying.
Yeah,
Sheaf,
that's Ori Chef Sheaf. I don't even know how the fuck to say it, but it's something. Yeah, it is that.
Wow.
And yeah, it's very weird. I find it kind of entertaining, just the fact that someone sat down and was like, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to make like 50 different accounts for the same person and have them all interact with each other. But besides that, it was a whole load of nothing in that video, really.
It's the Far wanted it to be a rabbit hole story, and then it just didn't.
I so badly wanted this to be like a rabbit hole story of like figuring out these are all like run by like one guy trying to do some really weird ARG kind of thing, but no, it's just some bored individual.
Is that really? So, Milkman Dan says I tweeted you my current view, Polly. It's that's cool. Actually, it's like a window out onto like an evening nightscape. It looks like one of the balcony noir scenes that I had done. That's cool. Look, that is a scene to drink to. I can appreciate that. Just, oh, god damn it. My computer's running so slow because I'm running 50 different things plus OBS and a whole bunch of browser instances and just waiting for it to catch up. Okay, there. Is everyone done? Good. Oh, hey, here. In the meantime, let's enjoy this stunning creature, shall we? I had a lot of fun with that lady's image.
I don't know what you're laughing at.
Well, I know.
I feel scared.
I'm aware there's a delay. It'll catch up.
I feel scared. This really is just turning to the cursed image stream, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, it's the cursed image stream.
That is, if any of you have a account with Crunchyroll, this is one of the creators at Crunchyroll, one of the creative directors.
Get rid of that account immediately.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So part of your money is going to fund this lady to, I don't know, buy new glasses frames and buy new pride flag hoodies.
No, to animate that short. No, not the short. That series where they literally in the ad for it, they don't describe the series, just the people making it.
Oh yeah. What was it? It was like,
yeah, you remember that?
It was Treasure Sugar Girl Island. What was it called?
Treasure Sugar Girl Island.
But no, but it had some name, right? Like what
That's
was
fucking great. No, it was like High Guardian Spice or some shit.
High Guardian Spice. Okay. See?
Something like that.
I was kind of close.
No, I know. I just love the birds. Like, what was it again? Treasure Sugar Island Girls?
Something like that.
But it's like, it's appropriate. Very appropriate. Holy crap.
Fuck Crunchyroll, Polly. Yeah, well, I don't have a Crunchyroll account. It's just when, oh, you're off, Angela? Have a good night. Or are you just like, Jesus Christ, I gotta get away from that woman's picture? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll donate to Kill It With Fire. That's what I need. I need a flaming gif of plasma fire, not just regular fire on wood or something. I need like a red hot nuclear furnace plasma fire burning to set atop these images when people donate to get rid of them.
Oh my god. Get a little flamethrower.
Yeah. That's what it should be. A little cartoon character who stands off to the side and burns the image off the screen. She's every time that I look at this picture, I think the same thing. You're deliberately choosing to do this. This isn't an accident.
Yeah, no, she absolutely is.
Like you're doing your hair like that. You're wearing the pride flag hoodie and wearing it off to one side so people can see the interior pride flag on the inside.
You chose those glasses.
Oh yeah, like where do you even buy glass frames like that?
They do offer them at some places. I have seen kind of thick ones like that before when I've had to get new glasses, but I don't know who keeps... I mean, besides this woman, obviously, I don't know who else really does that. Because that's just... No.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe for sunglasses? Maybe for sunglasses, you know? But...
There's even a certain amount of sympathy that's coming from me for this woman, where it's like, damn, girl, is that what you feel you need to do to be noticed, different, independent, and original? Because it's none of those things. Like, do you feel so unnoticed just being yourself kind of thing? I don't know. It strikes me as sad. I mean, look at this. This is sad. But...
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, no, the whole thing.
Evil One went too far, man. She looks like a fat Velma from Scooby-Doo. Velma had a lot more style than this fucking thing did, man. Jesus. Uh, Fun fact, that woman's glasses are capable of stopping a 50 BMG round at 20 meters, says Greenbit. This is iPro on a whole new level. I love it. This is
Oh my god.
military goggles. All right, let's shoo her out of the bar, shall we?
God. On to the next cursed image.
No, I don't really have so many cursed images. Let's Oh,
What, you want me to send you some from our weird folder? Let's see what's in here.
you know what? Let's take a break from weird images and go in a completely different direction. Change the paradigm, as I like saying so much. You know
Let's continue.
No. You know my egg of spite, but chat doesn't know my egg of spite. Some of them might.
Oh, your egg of spite.
Yeah, I'm starting my new egg of spite for this year.
You're starting it?
Yep, I absolutely am. So I have a picture of second last year's egg of spite. I didn't actually get one finished. I want to do the Peter Rabbit one. Hold on, display capture. And there it is. Just open it up a little bit. Oops, that's wrong. Play capture. There we go. And this is a meme that I think Zelthor made out of this. My egg was spawned from spite.
Yeah, yeah, the egg of spite.
Yeah. So there's something of a little... what brand did you smoke? Milkman asks. Either Marlboro Reds or Marlboro Menthols. And then I really became a big fan of American Spirits. But where I was at, they were expensive because the taxes were pretty high on cigarettes where I was at. So I went back to Marlboro. But if I can get American Spirit Menthol, that's the direction I go. Yeah, Pete says, I know your Christmas egg thing. And that's what it is. It's called an egg of spite as a joke because I saw these Christmas tree ornaments. And that's what they are. They're Christmas tree ornaments. Made out of a chicken's egg, which is what that is. That's an actual chicken's egg that I bought at the market that has a hole cut in the side of it. And then a little diorama scene that's Christmassy on the inside. I saw somebody's Christmas egg tree ornaments online. And I thought, you're lazy. That sucks. I could do better than that. And so I did. And so I jokingly called it my egg of spite because I made it pretty much because you got lazy and they wanted like $75. And all it was like the hole that was cut in the side was all jagged. They didn't even do a good job. And the inside didn't even have a scene, like a little diorama scene. It just had a picture of it was a sticker far that they had stuck to the inside back of the egg.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
And they wanted $75 fucking for it. And I was like, you guys are ripping people off. I can do better than that, and I don't need $75 and stuff to do it. So I got fancy and clever. It's all a mixture of silver and blue sparkle in the background that's glued on there, and then just silver for the bottom for the snow. I bought the little miniature deer at... All of the stuff for this came from Michael's. It's like Hobby Lobby. It's just a do-it-yourself mass hobby chain, right? The egg I got from the market, popped a hole in the side, dropped the yolk out, then carefully used a Dremel tool, believe it or not, on low speed and ground it to a nice oval. Then I wired an LED on the inside that runs to a battery pack, and I'm holding the egg like that. You can see the wires out of the top because there is a mini LED light in the top, and that's why it's lit up inside. And that Christmas egg ornament, I didn't have a Christmas tree at the time, so I hung it up on my parents' tree several hours away. So it packed up with my mom's Christmas stuff right now. Oh, yeah. And I stole the tree, though. I actually stole from one of her Christmas ornaments. Remember that story?
Yeah.
I needed a little tree this small, right? So where the fuck are you going to get a tree that size? I actually went to a model train store when I was coming back from campus one day, and I'm like, look, it's a model train store. So I pulled over and went in there, and they didn't have anything near that scale that I needed. They were like packs of like 100 different trees for, I need one. So I'm over at my mom's place, and I noticed this Christmas village she had set up. So next time I came back, I bought a pair of wire side cutters with me, and I just snipped off one of the trees and stole it and took it. But I'm getting ready to make my the one for this year. I enjoy a challenge. It was hard as hell to get that to work, and it did work out very well. So I'm proud of it. These are the things. Look, what you have to understand, guys, is I didn't have a girlfriend at the time. And as any red-blooded man will tell you, that leaves you with a lot of pent-up energy and a lot of time on your hands. So you're like, I better focus on something, goddammit. Play capture, there it is. So that's the story behind my egg of spite.
And I am sending you things from the weird folder.
Oh, this is on Twitter DMs you're doing this.
Yeah.
Yukado asks, Polly, have you never heard the if you can't make it yourself, store-bought is fine instruction? But I can make it myself, so why not? You mean go ahead and make your own tree? Yeah, I guess I could have done that. Milkman Dan donated $5 very generously, and we got to see. I love that gift so much. Jessica Alba with the cigarette and her bra and panties rolling around on the bed. I love it so much. I gotta find out what movie that's from. Chat, does anyone know what movie that's from? I desaturate it so it looks black and white, and then put a sepia tone over top of it, so it kind of fits in with the old-timey bar. But I don't know what movie it's from. And the message from Milkman Dan is simply, Polly, the man. That's right. That's right, I am. Thank you, Milkman. I appreciate it. Oh, Gilcotto says the effort and the time. I don't know. My standard go-to explanation is, see, I don't play video games. And some people are willing to grind out video games for hours and hours at a time, and I can understand that. I used to grind out video games back in the day. But if you think about how much time it takes to do something like that, and I really like working with my hands, craft, shit like that. That's why I do, excuse me, that's why I do model painting for tabletop wargaming, like 40K style stuff. I don't do 40K, I do historical American Revolutionary War. Inquisitor, who I do comic book curation with, is the one who turned me on to the whole thing and gave me a lot of help getting started so I could do it on the cheap and wouldn't spend any money that I didn't absolutely need to, and he was really helpful with that. But, I mean, yeah, I guess I could just buy those figurines pre-painted, but the whole point to me is the doing of the thing. I listen to a lot of streams, a lot of podcasts, a lot of audiobooks, and a lot of music, and that's what I have going when I'm working on things like that. When I'm hand-loading ammunition, I'm a hand-loader. So a lot of detailed work takes a lot of time, and when I belly up to the reloading bench, I don't feel that it's a waste of time. I don't know. I just like working with my hands.
Yes?
You can't sew a fried egg to a shirt. That makes no sense.
Well, why can't you? Look at them. They're trying. I think they're succeeding.
Far sends me a picture.
Showing it?
No. Far sends me a picture.
Come on.
I'd have to download all of them. Hold
Do it.
on.
Do it.
See, Far's under the impression that this makes sense. Chat, does this make sense?
I'm sorry, I just have delight in sharing this weirdness.
Okay, Rich asked Sin City. I missed it. No, I'm a big fan of both Sin City 1 and 2 because I'm a huge fan of Frank Miller. And no, that scene's not from there, unfortunately. I would have remembered that. James Colley said, is it really stealing when you gave her back said tree repurposed? Well, I like that reasoning. Let's go with that.
The egg. Oh, are you cutting off the date on it? Because there's a date on it. Isn't there?
Yeah, it's September 27th, 2013.
Yeah, I love the fact that they actually have the date on it.
Why?
Because it's like that's such an old-timey camera sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like something from the 80s or the 90s or something, you know, but actually having the date on there. But it's from 2013.
Next, Bubba Hotep says, I guess it depends on their goal. I think the goal, like, this is, look at this. This is a man's hand, okay? This is some asshole fucking around with his wife's sewing machine, all right? This
I just love it. It's just such a shit post.
Yeah, definitely.
And I just adore it. It's like, my dude.
Yokata said, hold on, I want to understand this. Polly, you do play video games. It's called Noir Bar, Photoshop layers, and then more layers and more. That's cold, bro. That's cold, man. It's okay, Chad, let me ask you something. Is the detail worth it? Because in my mind, Inquisitor, he's an animator by trade. He went to school for animation. And as he always says, you work on something for hours and hours, not so people notice it, but so they don't notice it. Like, meaning so everything looks fluid. They're noticing things when you're fucking up, when the arm isn't moving in sequence in an animation or something like that. So it's weird to spend so much time working on something that people will never notice. The martini glass and the ashtray off to the side, for example, where the coins drop in. I didn't think like it looked like it belonged in the bar because the lighting was all off. So you tell me, that's what the glass looks like with the overlay turned off. I say it stands the hell out. So I grabbed that image from Streamlabs and imported it into Photoshop and then cut it out of its background, turned it into a PNG image that supports transparency. And see the difference? Now it looks like there's light coming from the left, the golden light of the bar, the yellowish light from the bar, and there's shadows on the right. Now it looks like it belongs. See what I mean? Now, you tell me, is that the kind of detail that makes it look good overall? Or did I just waste my time? I don't know.
No, I don't think you wasted your time. I think it's just more people trying to take the piss out of you. Spending so much time on it.
Well, I don't know.
Business as usual.
I think about these things because it's like, should I have more fun playing video games? And it's like, well, wait a minute. I enjoy fucking around with stuff in Photoshop. Trying to figure out how to...
Well, here's the thing. If you enjoy it, just fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
Although, in saying that, if you enjoy doing things that are illegal, don't do that.
Well, that's a good point. What happens if you enjoy a weekend like Bill Cosby enjoyed a weekend in the 70s? Don't do that.
Don't be Bill Cosby. Enjoy what you do, just don't be Bill Cosby.
I'll tell you where it goes too far, because somebody a little while back asked me, has anyone ever told you were a little OCD? Far knows what this is like as an actual artist. I'm not an artist. I just fuck around with graphics a little bit. Jesus, Far.
What?
I'm just looking at these pictures you sent. Okay, let's go with this one. When you overwork it. And somebody just said, Duck Dog says you're overthinking it. That is exactly, and I know what you mean. Like, don't, Duck Dog, I get what you're saying. Like, don't overthink it. You're not wasting your time. I hear you. The problem arises is when you really do overthink it, when you work on it forever and a day and it's never finished. Like, and you got to accept that idea. You never finish it. You just abandon it at some point. It's the way it works for academic papers for me. When I submitted my master's thesis, it was right down to the 10-minute deadline to submit it to the digital archives before I did it, because I was editing it right up to the last minute, and I still don't feel that it was finished. But I could be working on it. Like, I submitted that, 3 years ago? 2.5 years ago? 3 years ago? I'd be working on it to the day if I had the option. It's just, some people are like that, right? It'll never be done. I can make it better. I swear.
Yeah. No, I know that exact feeling. It's just, that's part of it, though. You gotta learn when to let it go.
Damn right. Yeah.
And when it will look finished to anyone else, even if you will look back on it later on and see all the flaws that everyone else can't see in it. You kind of just have to learn, nothing I can do about that now, but I can improve next time.
Yeah.
That's more the lesson to learn from that, both to let it go and that you can improve. Like, and
well, you know what? Like,
take a while.
Jordan says half the time I'm just listening while making memes. The other half I'm seeing what's being said in chat. I appreciate the effort, but it's wasted on me. Well, I don't think it's wasted on you. It's just I'm making conversation. This is late night bar conversation. You know what I mean? We could be talking. Do you guys really want to talk about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say you don't. Because why? Her constituents are the ones who have the problem. They've just unfortunately made it the rest of our problem as well. And you blessed Aussies don't have to deal with her. Fuck. I mean, there's lots of places where you can do politics. I like doing social politics and stuff over on Comic Book Curation. But this is a late night stream. This is a conversation. And that's why images like this one makes sense in this place.
Yeah, it's...
This is the woman in the pool. That's what I just posted.
Yeah, the woman in the pool. It still makes me giggle just because it's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, it is very fucking dumb, but I appreciate it. It's good.
Oh my god. You know where I found that one though?
Huh.
A subreddit called Bad Women's Anatomy, which is a very mixed bag if you ever go there, because it's shit like this mixed with actual people not knowing how women's anatomy works, and then you know your typical where are her organs? Oh, her boobs aren't really that big, like shit like that.
Right.
It's a real mixed bag, but it's great for shit posts like that. Just yet another unrealistic body stand for women. Yes. Oh god.
Wait a minute, Milkman. When you say you're in a tower, I thought you meant you were at like the top floor of a building. You mean you're literally standing on a tower exposed to the elements right now while drunk? Yeah, man, get down from there and be careful on the way down, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, don't fall, dude. You want to live,
look
right?
Look at the stools in our bar here. Even these are a little high for people that are drunk. I know of what I'm speaking. Have you ever fallen off a bar stool, Far?
No, and I don't intend on starting now.
I did. It happened. I own it. Whatever. Let's see, where's it? No, it says, yes, AOC. No AOC. And then kick Polly. Wait, what? Hey, if you kick me, that means I leave and the whole bar goes with me. So, no, can't do that.
Hey, he's saying kick me too. It's calling me the upside down thought.
Oh. Okay, two people asked actually good questions. Who is it? Somebody said, whatever happened to the Comic Book Curation Discord? It's still there, and we were thinking about that and talking about that. Something is coming. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking about that next Wednesday. It's really coincidental that you asked. And then somebody else here, as I'm looking down, where was it? Dan Fullman asked, Polly, what happened to the cityscape with the moving 30s cars you were working on? I finished it, actually. You know what the problem was? I had no idea that when creating a animated graphic that had that many moving parts in it, the clouds moved, the moon moved slowly. It was a hour-and-a-half long graphic where the moon would slowly move. The cars that went up and down the streets, the smokestacks on the various buildings in the cityscape.
Yeah, it was very impressive. Extremely impressive.
4 layers of clouds that moved at different speeds as they would, but that makes for a really complex MP4. And as soon as I loaded it into OBS to run to check it as a background, here was my lack of foresight showing. It required all the computational power of my CPU just to display it. There was nothing left to stream with, to run audio for the Hangout with. It was... So when I get a better... So the answer, Daniels, it is finished. And I would be happy to use it. I've always imagined that that's what the top floor back balcony of Noir Bar looks like. It's just... I can't run it not on this potato. So donate to Polly's Streamlabs that Evolved Potato is nice enough to be putting up there. You can find the link right there in chat. And get me ever one step closer to a non-potato, so I can actually do these things that I want to. The fun will also be in reducing it to near zero latency without having to by running a buffer, but you need a hell of a lot of RAM, as I understand it, to pull that off. And I'm running 6 gigabytes of RAM through this laptop, which most of is taken up just by running the 2 browsers, the multiple instances on one browser, and OBS all at one time is pretty resource demanding for this poor little guy. Oh, Pete said, yeah, I did read that, but thank you for reminding me. I don't know if you knew what I meant before, but I sent you the Alba scene. Yeah, Pete sent it to me on Twitter, and I'm going to go take a look at that later. He found the whole scene. Apparently, Jessica Alba grabbed some girl's tits, and then you see her on the bed rolling around with a cigarette. So yeah, I'll go check that out in a minute, man. Thanks for finding that, Pete. That's awesome. You know who's asked me repeatedly about something, and I keep forgetting? TOS, the guy who did the avatar for it. If he shows up, I'll explain. Second to last comic book curation we did, all the lights in my house went out. And it was like, what the hell happened? What do you mean all the lights in your house went out? I don't know. All of the electrical sockets were working at the time, or I thought. And then I called the landlord, because I rent this house. I called the landlord and...
Yeah, so you had a me happen, basically, of the lights just went out.
Yes. And it wasn't...
have no idea why.
Yeah, and it wasn't that the bulbs burnt, and the...
Mm-hmm.
I went over to
Same issue.
Yeah, and the circuit breaker itself was popped off, and I thought, okay, maybe there was a surge somewhere along the line on that circuit, so I'll just pop it back on, and it immediately popped back off. And I'm like, maybe this circuit breaker is just worn and old. So we're going to have to see. A donation from Polly's Potato saying, help this man. He's a slave driver. Nice. God, when my own computer wants out from underneath my terrible whip.
It wants to die.
No, it wants to run simple...
Assisted suicide now. Jesus Christ.
It wants to run simple games off of GOG from the 1990s. It wants to do what it wants to run, Microsoft Word, things it was designed to handle. It doesn't want to be operating fucking live streaming software with multiple instances of other programs at the same time in 2019. It's like, what the fuck, man? I wasn't built for this.
Oh, God.
So I actually... let me see the pictures. I remember when I showed the picture of the person who would put a banana in a hot dog bun and then put ketchup on it.
Yeah, oh God,
the one Eve was sending everywhere. Man, that freaked Chad out as bad as it freaked me out. Here, and then there's this one. I mean, what makes you think this is funny?
Is this the one I think it is?
It's the one with the iron, the steam iron.
Oh, the steam iron.
Don't ask me how this happened. I hate myself too.
Yes, what led to that? What the actual fuck led to that being a thing that happens?
That's wild.
Yeah, like who does that? I just want to know the thought process,
Like you,
like
the thing is, okay, it's funny as hell, and the line is funny as hell, but I mean, it's kind of deconstructing the joke. But you've ruined that iron. Like you can't fix that. But
have you ever seen the other one? There's another one I have somewhere. I think I have it, but I've seen it. I remember seeing it, and it's someone going, "So you know those like bottles of flavored water? Yeah, don't put those in irons. It fucks it up. It doesn't make your shirt smell nice." Someone actually put like a bottle of strawberry flavored water into their fucking iron and tried to iron their shirt, and it's just this horrible sugar abomination now. It's like,
Bert and Ernie says...
I don't know what it is about irons and dumb people, but...
I don't know. It's like to say that, what is it with people in the 1,000-degree knife cutting things? I don't know how.
Well, the 1,000-degree knife was like a fucking meme for a while. Mm-hmm. Like, that's it. That one I can understand. This is just kind of like, what the fuck, man?
Did you see how much money, or can you imagine how much money the 1,000-degree knife channels made off of that shit? You brilliant bastards.
Oh, probably a fuck ton.
Who doesn't want to see you sliding a 1,000-degree knife through a can of Pepsi? I do. And a bar of soap. I do. And fuck millions of views for just taking a fucking butane torch or an oxyacetylene torch and heating up a knife and cutting shit. You brilliant fuck. Why didn't I think of that?
Oh, ex-Baba Hotep says they were trying to make s'mores. Yeah, I never thought of it like that. Maybe they were, but still, like, right in the packet?
Yeah, actually,
You know?
Zombie Tay's
It's
got
still
a
in the
point.
packet.
Strawberry marshmallows. Where can I get those?
Oh, that's not that weird to me. That's not that weird.
It's not weird, but I can't ever remember seeing them in a store. Maybe they're there. I don't know.
They might be. I mean, I've never seen this specific brand, but strawberry marshmallows aren't that strange of a concept. You know?
Duck Dog says, I said that 20 minutes ago. Thanks for paying attention.
A moment.
Said what? Sorry, man. Like I said, if I don't catch something that someone says, believe me, it's you're not being intentionally ignored. I just got like 4 screens on at the same time, and far as like, go look at these pictures I sent you. Look, and then chat gets away from me.
because we're turning it into the cursed image stream. I am determined.
Well, you just slow.
I am determined.
You slow your roll. It's
no.
I'll break out some shit that'll make you regret that.
Same here. I have shit that I laugh at, and I know you're disturbed by. So.
Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna tell you guys a little tale, and it's a tale of stupidity on behalf of Ben Affleck. No, not the Batman movies. Worse than that. Let's take a look here at play caption. We'll focus.
You know, I was expecting you to show the sausage and the tennis ball, but you know.
Well, you can't have everything. So what we have here.
Yes, I can.
Is Jennifer Garner.
Stop me.
It's Jennifer Garner. Look at this woman. Oh, she's beautiful and athletic as fuck. This woman. Okay, hugely athletic. She's fit and tight, and yeah, I agree with you. The Elektra movie sucked, and that's the most criminal thing about it. There's lots of bad movies out there, and there's bad comic book movies. Need I reference Captain Marvel? Okay, lots of bad.
Phantom.
Or the Phantom. You've got a point. I've seen the Phantom. You're right. It's bad service for a great pulp character. It's a sad loss.
Yeah, like the Phantom isn't the greatest character in the world, but he deserves better than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like really.
Did I mention The Devil Inside? Bert and Ernie? The liquor's starting to kick in. Well, in case I did, if I did, I'm gonna be repeat myself. Bert and Ernie said that the movie's from that clip of Jessica Alba on the bed is from The Devil Inside. So I made a note of that. I am going to go find that movie later from perfectly legitimate sources. I assure you.
Mm-hmm.
I will just, but I'm gonna go get that movie later. Thank you, Bert and Ernie, for pointing that out. I appreciate that. Yeah, and Jessica Alba has been in a lot of movies, no question. But we're speaking of another superhero. Another lady's been in a lot of superhero films, and that's Jennifer Garner here. Man, this woman was madly in love with Ben Affleck. I've seen the Dinner of Five thing that they've done, where she is just staring at the guy like he's like a piece of red meat. She is just transfixed by Ben Affleck. She's in love with this guy. Has 2 kids with him, right? What blows my mind is that Affleck ends up cheating on her. Now, you may be thinking, Affleck like this Affleck here, Bruce Wayne Affleck, No. Like look at him here. He's got his 3-piece suit on. He's fit. You know what I mean? He all bulked up and shit. And look here, here's an older Bruce Wayne with the salt and pepper hair. He's standing in the Batcave in this scene. This might be who you're thinking. Cheated on that beautiful creature, Jennifer Garner, but it's not. Cheated on her. This Ben Affleck. This Big Mac chomping fat ass dumbass fool. Look at him. There's snakes that can't unhinge their jaw and take down something that big. Look at this man. And you wonder why he gets fat in between movies. Well, look at him. Yeah, of course, it's a paparazzi picture taken of this guy. Killer Inside, Duck Dog says. Yeah, I may have misspoke, but I typed it out correctly on the sticky notepad that I opened up there. I will go find it later.
Did you
Yeah,
see the burger picture?
yeah.
Oh my god.
That's when I got up. So it's like, yeah, Zombie Tay says, wow, he got fat. Yeah, you're damn right he did. And he's fit as fuck. Like, you see him in The Accountant, you see him in the Batman movies, like either Justice League or Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. He's fit as fuck. And being able to unhinge his jaw and take down Big Macs in a single chomp is exactly why he gets fat in between films. So this dumbass here cheats on... he bangs the babysitter. He bangs the nanny. And... gorgeous creature that she is, Jennifer Garner here, well, she's not having it. Because it's like, she's a movie star in her own right, maybe not as big as him, but like, why is she going to take that shit, right? So she boots his ass to the curb. And it's like, what? Do you want to see the girl that he cheated on? You want to see the nanny? Picture of the nanny?
I have a feeling I'm going to see it anyway.
Well, yeah, you are going to see it. There she is. There's the nanny.
I'll see it in a moment.
There. Now, this is not what you think of with generally as a nanny or a housekeeper or whatever. You know, you get images of that short, fat Hispanic woman that Arnold Schwarzenegger was banging, that his wife kicked him to the curb over. No. They hired this girl to be the nanny. And it's like, why would you bang this woman when you got Jennifer Garner? I just don't understand it. It blows my mind. I just like, what the fuck's wrong with you, Affleck? Like, if it would be like, oh, I caught him banging escorts, you know, okay, still not good, but whatever. Or I caught him picking up women online. Okay, still not good, but whatever. You banged the babysitter?
Well, the thing is, she doesn't look awful, but I'm just still more confused. Like, dude, what? I mean, they're both very attractive women. It's just, you already were married and she was already attractive. What the fuck, man?
Well, okay, Midnight in Exile is a point. How the fuck does a chick fall madly in love with fucking Affleck? Okay, I hear you. That's the point. Dude, you're Ben Affleck and you hadn't been Batman yet. He hadn't become like a director with successful movies of The Town and Argo and Gone Girl and so forth. Like, he was still way gone second fiddle to Matt Damon at that point. And that girl was in love with you. So Midnight in Exile makes a great point. It's like, dude, you're like a down and out loser in Hollywood. You're a fucking joke, man, at this point. And this woman's in love with you and you end up cheating on her? The fuck is wrong? You're just stupid. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But I will speak this because, you know, I've sat there and said some harsh things about Ben Affleck. Let me say some harsh things about Jennifer Garner now. Because, you know, I've been drinking, so I'm getting opinionated, and here it is. Right. Jennifer Garner, you obviously had some kind of input on hiring this woman. This is the nanny babysitter that you picked to hang out with your husband when you weren't there. This girl, you couldn't find some ugly girl. Where was your female jealousy? I have known many a girl. I have had a number of girlfriends, and none of them would have allowed this shit to go on. I'm not saying she's responsible. What I'm saying is she's responsible.
It's not that it's your fault, but it's your fault.
Well, I just say, like, come on, Jennifer Garner, what the fuck? Would you? Okay, let's look
okay,
at.
I need to change that meme now. You know, the one I drew of like, we don't know how you broke the rules, but you broke the rules. I need it to be now. Just, I'm not saying it's your fault, but it's your fault. You know.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, this guy scored like an ultra touchdown when he's Affleck and he decides to cheat. But really, in the end, it's like, you could have headed this whole situation off, Jennifer Garner. What the fuck? Let's say that, you know, my wife is Jennifer Garner. She somehow picks me, even though I'm like a C movie star like Affleck was at the time. And she wants to get a tennis instructor. And her tennis instructor is this brawny, square-jawed dude that somebody in chat said, you know, Ben Affleck isn't the square-jawed guy that I think Bruce Wayne should be. Okay, well, let's say that the square-jawed, ultra-muscled model-type guy that you think should be playing Batman is who turns out to be your tennis instructor. Are you going to be okay with this? Or are you going to try and put a stop to this? You really want this man getting all sweaty with your wife standing behind her, helping her with her stroke and everything like that? No, you'd be like, oh, pick some fat dude to help you fucking learn tennis. The fuck? I mean, come on. Well, Jake Thompson's got a point. Can you find an ugly babysitter in Hollywood? I thought about that. This woman was probably no regular nanny. This was an actress who was working on the side as a babysitter. And why she wanted the job so bad is because, yeah, I'm babysitting for Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck. This is going to be my into the industry. The only reason she's in Hollywood is because she wants to be an actress. That's my guess.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's usually the case, isn't it?
Yes. What line is that movie from? A man and a woman are talking, and they're in Hollywood. They're in L.A., near Hollywood. And the man says, so what do you do? And she says, I'm an actress. And he says, oh, really? What restaurant?
Jesus Christ. It's accurate, though.
Ow. Okay. Oh, Lucky Pop Tart's here. Hey, Poppy. I didn't see that you were there. And Brian Wilson's here. Good day to you as well. Okay, so I assume there's some gossip with Bad Batman. Well, there's one thing that I will say for Affleck. He was the best part of Batman v Superman. I think he did a pretty good job of bringing the grizzled, bitter Frank Miller style of Bruce Wayne to the screen. He's not my favorite guy to play Bruce Wayne, definitely not, but I thought it was going to be awful. I thought it was like they might as well have been playing yakety sax every time he was on screen playing. Like him as Batman, that's fucking ridiculous. And then I saw the movie and I thought, Jesus, he was the best part of that film. I mean, how can you even bring yourself to complain about Ben Affleck playing credibly a rich, despondent, distant, grizzled mid-40s Bruce Wayne, which he did pretty well, when there's some hipster doofus nerd playing Lex Luthor? I mean, Lex Luthor was so much more of a problem for that film than Affleck was, in my opinion. Evolved Potato says, is my name that forgettable? 4 times you said someone in chat said it, and that someone was me. And it's oops. Well, hey, at least you know that I'm reading chat. I'll read it, and then I won't get a chance to talk about what whoever said whatever right away. So, but I remember I am reading as best I can, trying to keep up with everything. You guys have to remember, I am drinking here.
He's drinking and he's working with a potato.
Damn right. Yeah, Sarah says I've tried to watch his Batman movie multiple times and it puts me to sleep each and every time. Yeah, the central complaint about it that I hear is absolutely true, and it's indefensible. It's so long because there are so many fucking storylines in it. There's way too much story. To include the death of Superman and everything in it was absolutely unnecessary. To include Doomsday, the Kryptonian monster aspect of it, the death of Superman aspect of it, like, what the hell was that even doing in there? It should have been completely about Batman versus Superman in terms of Batman thinking Superman was an intolerable threat after what had happened in Man of Steel, meaning like a city was destroyed because Kryptonians got in a fight. That should have been the entire story of the film, not anything to do with Death of Superman. That's what pushed it to 3 hours, and the special edition over 3 hours, and I'm not surprised you fell asleep. I don't blame you.
These are movies I have never watched, so I don't know.
Yeah, well,
It's just as I send you more cursed images.
Are you really DMing me more stuff that
Yes.
Does chat really want to put up with me putting up cursed images?
Cursed image stream.
The next Batman needs to be Rodney Dangerfield. Isn't Rodney Dangerfield dead? Rest his soul. Is that what you're saying? That they just need to stop? Is it?
roundabout way of saying it, you know?
Yeah, Pop-Tart's at homesick, guys. She's got a fever and feeling down, so. But you know the best cure for a cold, right, Far? Drink heavily, sweat it out. There you go.
But drink alcohol? Because I don't think that's...
Yeah, drink out.
I'm not gonna follow your advice, Polly. I don't want to be an alcoholic.
You're forget. I didn't say drink all the time. I said drink when you're sick. Sweat it out. You know, some nice whiskey, perhaps some brandy, whatever.
Ill and ill.
Evil One says, "What movie do you suggest I watch tonight?" Something to fall asleep to. What? That's what I mean. What are you in the mood for? I know there's lots of movies that I think
Suburban Sasquatch.
Yeah, if you want a good laugh at
Partners.
Or you could just go on YouTube, watch a little cop rock.
Because I'm a baby merchant. Oh, you gotta love Baby Merchant.
No, I don't.
But
I do.
You love Baby Merchant.
I do. I love Baby Merchant. Hey, chat, maybe you can... Captions for this image are what's required. So, you put it up on screen, and you tell me, what is the correct caption? Just resize this. What is happening?
And I'll have no idea what it is till it pops up for you guys.
I'm gonna go with...
Oh my god, yeah! You missed the dog there.
My caption is spoken words from the girl on the left.
Do you resize it so there's the dog eyes?
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
My caption I have for this is words from the girl standing off to the left who's handing him another hot dog, or guy off left. The only way to make the demon dog go away is to eat more hot dogs. What is yours, Far?
I don't know. Like, I can't take it anymore. The demon.
But I've already eaten like 10. The only way is to eat more.
Oh my god. I like Pop-Tarts though. He just figured out he's gay.
The dog is completely unrelated.
No, the dog is looking at the camera knowing, like, yes, I knew all along. Holy shit. Oh shit, they made a real dog. Disturbing Zen.
I made a real dog. Win. I like it.
Peter says, I only have 2 holes. Oh. Oh god. Oh god. Zombie Teddy says, stop daddy, too many wieners. Like, oh. Oh.
The fuck did I just walk back in on, says
The best thing ever.
We're trying to come up with proper captions for this image. What the hell is going on in this image? What's the caption? I
told you my weird folder is weird. Like there's a whole range of shit you can find in there. And it's great.
That's awesome. I think I like Yeah. Oh shit, they are made of real dog. That's yeah.
No, I think I like the he just found out he's gay. That's like he's just eating these hot dogs and it's just a random dog.
Yeah, the dog's unrelated. It's got nothing to do.
The
with
dog's unrelated. It just happens to be there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a possessed dog. What's your point?
Ian Tomlinson says the dog is just like, I can get it all to stop.
Oh,
Ex
man.
Baba Hota, when you go to a nude beach. Yep. This is great. We should do this more often.
Well, that's...
We just have to be like, caption this.
A dyslexic
Kanan,
says, "Don't look
church
now, but
camp,
God
like...
is behind you." Yeah, he feels
Oh
the
my
fear.
God.
That's a look of fear on his face.
Kanan says, "Church camp flashbacks." Holy fuck! Zombie Teddy just says, "These are vegan hot dogs."
That's reason enough to cry. For those of you here last night when
Yeah.
we were talking about the vegan KFC, my God, remember that? The look of it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like, that doesn't look like chicken. Doesn't look like anything.
It was the...
What the fuck?
I have rarely had, you know, marketing versus reality make me angry. But looking at the way they
Yeah.
marketed that fake chicken burger to the way it really looked, it's just, oh, fuck you guys, man.
This goes back to the whole thing of stop pretending it's something it isn't, guys. Just go off, eat your weird vegan shit, and don't do this anymore.
Milkman Dan is about to fall asleep. Good night, all. Love you guys. Thanks for coming by,
All right,
man.
good night.
And by fall asleep, he means pass the fuck out, which I can appreciate. Have a good night, man. Thanks for coming.
As long as it's not on the top of a lighthouse.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever tower you're on, man. Don't climb towers when you're drunk. That's a terrible idea.
This is an extremely awful idea. Holy crap.
Have you ever seen those videos where they talk about such and such as trash? There's one of this 1990s kid show or young adult show where they talk about the main character from it as trash, but there's a lot of versions of it. Rethink the hero of this story. They're actually trash with what they do. I want to do...
What? Not really. I mean,
No?
I probably have, but I can't really remember any.
It's like some...
I get the basic concept, though.
Yeah, it's some YouTube comedy shit, and it can be funny. Like, they're not even, a lot of the times, trying to be serious, and the ones that I've seen, like, so-and-so is actually trash, are, when they try and be serious, it's not funny. It's like, come on, man, just go hyperbole, go exaggerated. That's
So it's like when it's like the absolute size of Gru from Despicable Me. It's like, yeah, he's actually over 10 feet tall. Like, it's not even serious.
Yes. I want to do Tony Menudo or Marudo or whatever his name is. John Travolta's character from Saturday Night Fever is trash.
Oh my God.
Because this guy's like, you know, the dancing guy. And I know I talked about this before, but I saw one of those I forget what it was, who it was that was actually trash. Was it Indiana Jones? Yeah, I think it was Indiana Jones is actually trash, and they used Temple of Doom to explain, like, look at his actions. This is not a good guy. He's not helping anyone. He's not helping the cause of archaeology. This guy's just fucking around getting his friends in trouble and nearly gets himself killed. This guy's trash. And it's for laughs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to do that, but for Travolta's character, Tony Menudo, I think it is. Because, I mean, come on. He does drugs. He ignores his friends. He beats the shit out of a group of guys after crashing a car through their fucking clubhouse door, and then beats the hell out of them.
Rape a woman?
Yeah, for the wrong reasons. Like the people he beat up, it wasn't even the right people he beat up. It was the wrong guys. And then he tells his mother off for all of these things that she didn't actually do. His brother's in the middle of a crisis of faith thing where he was a priest and he leaves the church and he kind of doesn't even really do a good job helping him think it through. He's just like, he doesn't offer him any help at all. He's like, well, whatever you want to do. Hey, you want to go to the disco tonight and drink and dance? And it's like, I think the guy needs help, conversation, not disco dancing, Tony.
Yeah, not Quaaludes.
Not Quaaludes, which they also pop at the bar. So he's doing all kinds of drugs. He's drinking. He's a smoker. This girl that really likes him, who's nice enough, he can't let her down easy. So what does he say to her to get her to kind of like, hey, listen, I'm not interested? He says, hey, don't be a cunt. You're going to have to be a nice girl or a cunt, and sooner or later, you're going to have to make a decision which one you want to be. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're an asshole. And then you're right. He almost rapes his dancing partner at the end of the movie and then sits in the front seat while that girl that he called a cunt is in the back seat being raped by two of his friends. This guy, he's trash from beginning to end of the movie, and everyone's supposed to just like, no, you don't understand. He's a good dancer. Yeah, so what the fuck? Who cares he's a good dancer? He's a scumbag. I wouldn't want this guy around me.
Same. I'll be right back. I've got to get dinner.
Okay.
Like, it'll be maybe 5 minutes.
All right. I'll be here. Of All Potato says he can't climb it when he was drunk. He climbed it to get drunk. Well, fair enough. But that creates the problem of having to climb back down whilst drunk. So, The Gilcotto, Zach Morris is trash, and somebody else said that right here. Funny or Died, Gilcotto says again, Zach Morris is trash, Saved by the Bell. Main character's a scumbag, and it's amusing them making fun of him out of context. Yeah. Those are ones that I've seen, but it's like a comedy style in the same way that people edit together a lot of different videos. So it's, I want to do one around that character. Once I had finally seen that movie, Saturday Night Fever, I couldn't believe how, yes, the dancing was fun to watch. John Travolta had obviously put a fuckload of time in for the choreography and everything, and he had really picked up his craft well. And it's filmed as a big part of the movie, the dancing. But the drama going on in and around the times they're having at the disco, it's not even drama. It's just a series of depressing things that either Tony does or stands by and lets happen. And somebody was telling me, yeah, you don't understand. That's the point, is that he stands by and lets it happen. It's more painting an image of that's what the scene, the disco scene in New York was like at the time. And I'm like, yeah, all right, I guess. Doesn't make me like the guy anymore.
Except the fact, the whole thing is technically based on a lie in the first place. Remember that?
Yeah, based on an article that doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's
the articles were written by a foreigner who just came into the country and literally, harassed his editor until he actually let him write the story.
No, Gilcotto, it's on live chat. I will put it on live chat yet again. But it says it's on live chat. We'll see what happens. I have no faith in YouTube, and I'm hating that guess that I made is becoming prophetic, that we won't, I said about 6 months ago, we won't recognize YouTube a year from now. It's going to be that different because we don't recognize YouTube now from what it was like a year prior. You know what I mean? That the Adpocalypse 1, 2, and 3 have made everybody stream instead of editing videos. And it's like, yeah, I know I'm on a stream right now, but that's kind of the point. It's a chill stream, whatever. But there is no point in chasing monetization. There's no point for me to get monetized. I'm over the minimum subs to do it now. Thank you, everybody, for subbing, by the way. I appreciate that. And, well, I'm reminded, if you haven't already and you're just coming in, please feel free to hit that like button and share with anybody you want on Twitter or whatever other social media you're on. And Far's, Evolved Potato has the links to Far's merch shop there and the link to Streamlabs, should you feel so inclined to tip your bartender. It's greatly appreciated, believe me. But, the what's the point in getting monetization for me? It wouldn't be about AdSense because of how low the payment per 1,000 views is at this point. I've heard people talk like, Irate Bear, or Irate Alex rather, now It's like, yeah, the channel's monetized, but there isn't any point in trying to fight for views because the CPMs or CMPs, whatever they call it, the payments per 1,000 views are so damn low that it's millions upon millions of views or hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views to realize any significant money. Jesus Christ, Sarah, what the fuck did you just send on Twitter? That's talk about a cursed image. The giant tarantula man. That's awful. I gotta change screens. I don't even... What?
Did someone say cursed image?
Yep, she tagged both of us on it on Twitter. So
did.
Go take a look.
Yeah, that is absolutely cursed.
Yeah.
But I will be saving those angels there. Because that's pretty fucking...
It's something like 4 cents per 1,000 views. Yeah, Havoc, it depends on how... Because everyone gets these differential numbers, right? Monkey will be getting $4 CPMs where Bear's operating at $12 CPMs, but it doesn't really matter anyway because each individual video for them is being demonetized anyway. And it's like, oh God, like the bullshit that these guys tell me that they deal with this stuff. So there's only one purpose in it to get to the point, and that's to have super chats enabled. Right? And super chats invites a whole new brand of headaches. The only reason I want it is the people that don't have the ability to go through Streamlabs but still want to support it. Wild. It's Spider-Man, says Sarah. That is not Spider-Man.
Well, that is a Spider-Man. Probably not the Spider-Man.
That is awful. That is not Spider-Man. Better tip your bartender or he'll spit in your drinks. No, I won't. I'll just water them down excessively. But you're paying for nothing.
You're paying for water like I am.
Yeah. Well, no, it's Far gets water for free. Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to do the streams better. I'd like to do, like, especially comic book curation and Noir Bar, like stuff I do on my channel. I'd like to upgrade it. That's why the better computer and to have, better and more pop-ups that are more complicated, that it's not as much of a stress. I could do so many different things with a more powerful computer that's capable of handling more things going on the screen in terms of Noir Bar and comic book curation. I'd like to do that. I think it'd make it more interesting for people to watch and listen and stuff like that. There's the support for the show is greatly appreciated, guys. That's what enables me to be able to do it as much as I do, and I want to be able to do it more. But yeah, that's why the donations are the tips to the bartender are so greatly appreciated. As for what's going on with the super chats, I want to do that for the people that don't. I want to do Patreon too, so we can do stuff and have like patrons movie night. What a great idea! I'd love to hang out with people in a Discord room and watch movies. Well, we're gonna watch such and such night because copyright isn't an issue at that point. I was talking to Drunken Uncle about that, and he's like, "Why aren't you doing that? Don't you think some of your supporters, people to hang out with you, would want to hang out in a Discord and watch a movie and listen to you be a smart ass about the film?" And I'm like, I think they would. Yeah, I think they might get a kick out of that. That'd be fun. And I get to talk to them and hear what they're thinking. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun for fucking everybody. He's like, yeah, well, get a Patreon, get it going. It doesn't matter if you get like 1 million subs or whatever the fuck. It's a way of providing that option for people that aren't available to do the whole Streamlabs thing, because they can do Patreon if you don't have super chats set up. And I'm like, fuck. See, this is why guys like Drunken Uncle are very successful. They think things like that through and come up with clever ways of dealing with stuff while offering products and services and interesting ideas and stuff. It's cool.
See, now everyone can watch shitty things like Cop Rock.
Right?
With Polly.
Yeah. Don't you guys want to watch Cop Rock with... No, Far. If I'm watching shitty movies, you're going to have to be there too. I'm going to drag you along.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking this through and I'm going, oh shit. This is essentially like, this is Polly's Patreon, but he's going to drag me into this somehow. Nice.
Jake Thompson says, did you hear about Eric? I did. And again, I don't know if this problem has been solved, but people have been getting That's a no-no in chats, and that's a bannable word over on Twitter. I'd watch typing that out in people's chats.
Yeah, I'd be careful about that.
See, I don't know about it, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know that they haven't fixed it. I just know that some people, because they're a bunch of authoritarian weirdos over in Silicon Valley, have decided to make saying the whistleblower's name some kind of punishable offense, even though his name isn't anonymously protected by law, or protected by law to be anonymous at all. News sources are the ones that released it, and everyone's blaming Donald Trump Jr. for tweeting it out, even though all he did was quote tweet the article from the journalist who broke the story. The man has no legal protection and anonymity anyway. The whole thing is just a giant fuck Trump extravaganza. So I'm just saying, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm staying out of it. I don't even know what it's about. And honestly, I don't care. I'm just like, this is one of those things of, I don't really want to know. I know that it's happening. I know that this is like a thing that is getting people banned in certain places.
Right.
But besides that, I'm good. I couldn't care less.
I mean, when Markiplier, who I don't watch, but I'm aware, he's really successful. He's Zombie Ted. If you scroll up, you'll see Jake Thompson wrote his name there. It's it's not a big secret, and it's not terribly surprising. He's a political hack. He was assigned to the White House as one of the several CIA officers that are assigned to the White House. He was sent back to Langley, Virginia, CIA headquarters, nicknamed Langley, because he was suspected of being one of the people leaking to the press. Well, he worked for and was taking advice from and counseled by Joe Biden, was suspected of being one of the press leakers because there's so many people leaking information from the White House. And he was an Obama administration appointee. And then so they yeeted him out of the White House. And it turns out that this is the guy who really, really looks like a political operative, a guy who just, this is a Trump hater, happens to work for CIA. And it's, anyway, that's who he is. And it was The Hill, I believe, was the first one to break that story. I think it was a journalist at The Hill who found that piece of information. I mean, think about it. The leaker got leaked on. But I mean, there was no need, not even really. Like someone leaked his name. The only thing that the whistleblower statute protects is that you're not fired. And that's a good thing.
Oh yeah, that is a very good thing.
It's like you can't immediately fire somebody to get them out of the company or the department or the service that they're currently employed in because they've pointed out that something wrong is going on. Donald Trump obviously didn't think anything he was doing was wrong because he immediately releases the full transcript of the recorded transcript of the conversation as it's written down. Because when you're having conversations with foreign leaders, there always is an assigned CIA case officer who's there keeping notes on what happened. That particular whistleblower wasn't that guy. He heard from somebody else that the call happened. And he was like what? You can only guess as to his motivation. I work for Joe Biden. I was counseled by Joe Biden. I was appointed by Obama. I worked here. I'm a holdover from the previous administration. I don't like this administration. I heard that this guy was asking a foreign leader for to look into corrupt things that Joe Biden and his son were doing in Ukraine. He was talking to the current leader of Ukraine. I'm going to go do an official whistleblower thing about this. And it turns out this isn't the first time he ran to somebody and said, oh, did you know that so-and-so is doing this at the White House? It's like, the guy's a political hack. So there it is.
Yeah. And I still don't care. really, at the end of the day, if it really is just a, crybaby thing of like, oh, I don't like the people in charge, I'm gonna whistleblower. It's like, come on, guys. Really? You're focusing your attention on this?
Well, I'll tell you something for real, because Jake Thompson says how far up YouTube's or Alphabet's ass is the CIA. It depends what you mean. How far are they up their ass in terms of knowing what they're up to, or how far are they up their ass in terms of cooperating or whatever? I'll tell you this much. CIA operating in the way that people describe them as operating, be it in fiction or in YouTube videos from sober notions of violations of their mandate to whack crazy notions of them being the right arm of the Illuminati trying to keep the lizard people from the hollow earth a secret. Whatever it is, the people that you really need to focus on, I focus on, so I suggest other people would as well, in terms of being an actual danger to liberty and freedom, being an actual danger to people in an Orwellian state. That's not CIA, and it never really was. That's the NSA. Those are the people that invade your privacy on a regular basis. U.S. citizens and foreigners alike. But U.S. citizens particularly. James Clapper, former head of the NSA, then went on to become Director of National Intelligence, DNI. Both those positions, Obama appointee, now works over at MSNBC as a steady Trump sucks, Trump sucks, Trump sucks guy. This is another political operator. The heads of those agencies are political appointed positions, thus political positions by definition. They only appoint like-minded people. The people that are being directed to violate your Fourth Amendment rights, the people that are being directed to violate your privacy and then lie to Congress about doing it, as James Clapper did, that's the NSA. The CIA, the idea that they are trying to control things and run things is, you can take my word on it or not, but believe me, if you look into it, there won't be as much there as you might think. But if you look into what the NSA has been doing, it just never stops how much there is there. Because they're information collectors, they're SIGINT, signals intelligence. They do all of the collection. Wires, they're... Jesus Christ, they fucking bug members of both houses of Congress. They actually bug political leaders. And they have an excuse and a reason for why they do it every time. Hello, NSA. I'm a loyal citizen, by the way, right now, talking. It's just... Man,
I can't wait to be an American citizen and have the NSA looking at all my shit. But yes, I did totally Google that thing that's a bit suspicious. For research purposes. Don't come for me.
I can tell you this, Havoc. The CIA's ability to operate domestically is extremely limited. Would they like it to be more broad? Yeah, there isn't a single agency, group, or organization that doesn't want more broad, far-reaching powers. It's the nature of institutions to be like that. Thus, the old joke: the bureaucracy is expanding as needed to meet the expanding needs of the bureaucracy. Every bureaucracy, every institution wants to create that ultimate self-licking ice cream cone. We exist to maintain ourselves and grow larger and then maintain that. Would they like to operate domestically? Probably, but they're extremely limited in doing so. And they have enough on their plate anyway, being the foremost foreign intelligence collection service, and the fact that they're non-departmental means they have even more on their plate in terms of handling that. Anytime anything goes on in the world, the first question is, why didn't the CIA know? They do operate domestically in an extremely limited capacity insofar as there are foreign assets that have made it to the U.S., and they can track them here for a limited amount of time before they have to turn it over to the domestic intelligence service, which is FBI.
And territory of I don't even fucking know what's going on.
Well, I don't know. It's a fair point. It's like, just because Havoc makes a fair point. Just because they say they're not, does that mean they're not? No, it's a fair question. It's no. But every time they've been caught doing it, their hands got slapped so hard budgetarily that they thought about not doing it again. And it is so limited, and they have so much else on their plate, and they would be stepping in another service's backyard to do so. And all of it depends on how you count them. Somewhere between 16 and 18 agencies that make up the U.S. intelligence community. Because some people count the ODNI, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, as an agency unto itself, because they do have senior analysts and, God help us all, collectors operating there now. As an intelligence service unto itself. So it depends. So let's say between the 16, 18 agencies that make up the U.S. intelligence community, they're designed to be in competition with each other. Because if they're not, it would be one giant series of bureaucratic overlaps in terms of authority. They're supposed to be operating in separate spheres where they are competing to get the best intelligence possible, because there's limited funding to go around, and it all comes out of the NIB anyway, the National Intelligence Budget. So they're fighting for funding to keep going. They're only going to pass it off to somebody else when they're legally required to do so because they don't have the resources to do it. They can't set up domestic intelligence stations inside of the United States. They've done it. It didn't turn out well for them. Massive inquiries resulted. People were fired and embarrassed. So yeah, they bend the rules. Sometimes they break them, and they get slapped for it. Just like when the FBI tries to operate on foreign soil. They do it in a very limited capacity, but they're limited because they don't have the resources to do it, and they're legally restricted. So I don't know. I hope that's some kind of answer. Oh yeah, I mean, LG talks about Brennan on CNN. Don't get me started about John Brennan. That fucking guy. John Brennan, you guys have to understand what I mean when I say don't get me started on that guy. One of the worst directors in CIA history, in my opinion. It's arguable if there were worse directors, truly. Like Schlesinger, pretty goddamn bad. There's a reason he was only in the position for 1 year before they yeeted him the hell out of there. There's a reason they had to put a security camera on his portrait at Langley headquarters because it kept getting defaced by officers as they walked by. They'd stab it with a pen or key it. No, I'm not kidding. It's a true story. They actually had to put a security camera on Schlesinger's portrait because they have portraits of all of the directors hanging up in the main hallway there. That's how badly he was disliked by rank and file officers and analysts. Was Brennan worse? I guess it depends on which officer or analyst you ask. In my opinion, he was terrible. Him and Barack Obama were very like-minded in terms of foreign policy. They were very like-minded in terms of the drone strike program. They together, along with the national security advisors, were the ones that came up with the disposition matrix, which is what they called the system of drone targeting, of who they were going to target and when. It was not explained to anybody outside of their extremely small circle. Thus, you don't know why a certain person was authorized to be killed other than they were involved in terrorist support. And that's the only explanation that would come out of the White House on that. John Brennan to be over at CNN complaining about Donald Trump as being a bad president. You are just mad as hell that he is taking away the organizational changes that you instituted that are terrible. You know what he's mostly mad at? Gina Haspel, the person that Donald Trump nominated to be his successor. Not so much because of anything Trump did, but because of what Gina Haspel is going to do in that position, which is basically undo everything that he did. Because she's a former director of the Directorate of Operations, the operational side of CIA. And she did not like the changes that John Brennan instituted. Well, now that job is hers. And she's a deadly serious career case officer. She's just going to change everything back. And so you got John Brennan over there claiming that he's seen proof that Donald Trump was collaborating and operating as a stooge of the Russians. Really? Why is it that the full all-source intelligence group, namely the Mueller report team, they had more access to more information than you did because you only had access to the information that was coming through the particular service that you worked through. They took more research and went further, and they turned out no. So what about all of those statements that you made? They could find no provable proof. John Brennan, man, fuck that guy. He's a political operator, not an intelligence chief. Awful, awful bullshit. All he does is muddy the fucking waters of anybody trying to understand what's going on. All right, I'm done. I feel like I've just been running the mouth with intelligence stuff for no good reason.
And I'm back.
Hey, Far. How was dinner?
Yeah, just had my hourly internet disconnection. It's great.
You poor Australians, man. I hear about these. What's it called again? The
NBN.
The NBN.
If you can avoid the NBN, do it.
Like, you guys have heard Monkey talk about like how bad the internet is in his particular area. It sounds like the NBN is Monkey's internet across the whole of the continent of Australia.
Basically, yeah. Except it has more of a chance of just dropping for no reason. Just it feels like it. Just stop working because I fuck you. Just fuck, man.
Yeah, I should go see how many people took the fuck off. Like, what the current amount of people listening to the stream is like, ah, Polly's talking shit and drunk and no one's even listening to him. Let's leave. I'm the surly bartender. Let me tell you what's wrong with the world, guys. Okay, first of all.
This is when you put up the cursed images again and you go, caption this image.
Right.
Bring them back.
Oh, God. That fucking Spider-Man. Jesus, Sarah. I'm like covering my eyes. I don't want to see it. It's so horrifying. Let's see.
I'm waiting for the tennis ball one to appear. It's like, who thought this? That's my favorite.
Well, Far, that's what happens when you're the MBN doesn't do its thing. It's well, Polly's alone at the bar. It's time for him to start. What the fuck? Oh, that's a woman eating a fish.
Yeah.
It's not a cursed image. This is fucking gross.
That is a cursed image. I call that pretty fucking cursed. I don't know about you.
See, I ain't. Just wait for this picture. There it is. I don't know. Does this even count as a cursed image? The tennis ball hot dog? I don't think that's cursed. I just think somebody just ruined a perfectly good hot dog and a perfectly good tennis ball. And somebody really, and I mean really, needs to clean their stovetop. Holy shit.
No, the stove is fine. There's nothing wrong here.
Well, Evolved Potato probably just spoke volumes there. The NBN in Western Australia is just really bad because no politicians care about it.
Yeah, that too. I mean, the NBN is pretty bad everywhere, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was worse here, you know? Because literally, no one gives a shit about Western Australia.
Yeah, Zombie Taste. What is that? Exactly. Somebody just stuck a hot dog and a tennis ball together and put it in a frying pan and said, look, image.
It's like great.
Oh, is that what it's supposed to be? Arms Killer says it's a doggo's wet dream, then Havoc says a dog's dream. Yeah, is that what it's supposed to be? Like the ultimate...
I guess. I don't fucking know. I just found it one day and I'm like, yes.
Yes! This is a picture I want. It's...
I think this is one of the first memes I actually posted to you guys in Discord.
A fun throwback.
Yeah, I think it's one of the first ones. It's great.
I don't... Or...
Oh,
do you
just you fucking wait for those issues to start. Because it was fine for us at first as well. But, yeah, you will get issues, trust me.
Hey, Moonshock, who asks, why did I just sign into a picture of a tennis ball being penetrated by a wiener? Because Far thinks that this is just hilarious, I'm guessing.
That is the highest form of comedy right there, Polly. I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's see here. Who was it that was, oh, Evolved Potato. Yeah, if you just go over to my Twitter, you'll see it, Sarah, or Fars, and I'm just at Polly_dub. She tagged both of us in it, so if you want to see that cursed Spider-Man image, you can just go. I'm not putting that up on the screen, man. That image that's fucking nightmare fuel. You know.
No, put up my cursed images. They're fun for the whole family. Oh, so you're willing to look this one up, but not the, not the fence stain door. Got it.
Not the what?
Remember last night we were watching the commercials?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there
Oh,
was like the news report,
Hey,
Jane Doe on the fence,
yeah,
and you're like,
chat.
you're not even slightly curious
Chat.
if they ever identified
Get
her.
this, okay? We're watching commercials from 1980. And what, they had like the quick little news clip breaks. They're like, more at 11. One of the news stories they
Yeah,
said
they're always
was,
about death.
yeah,
They're always
it's
about death.
always, because they didn't have time to bring on political pundits to shoot their mouth off about how whatever politician is the worst thing to ever happen. In other words, current year news. So they got to get it out quick. So they talk about the most dramatic stories. Anyway, one of the news clips is, and more information on that young girl who was found hanging off of a chain link fence on the side of a highway. And Farr says, "Hey, let's look into that." And I'm like, no, I don't want to know about the dead little girl that was found hanging on a chain link fence. And Farr's like,
I'm more interested, it's like, because they said that she was unidentified. I'm like, don't you want to know if they ever actually identified her?
I don't know. You seem oddly interested in the.
It's interesting, okay? I will not be shamed for my interests.
By the way, guys, the first video animatic that Farr put up over on her channel is called The Dismemberment Song. I'm not saying that you should draw any conclusions from these things, but... Jesus. Okay. So anyway, here's the story as it stands. A history professor was arrested on suspicion of murder this weekend after he was dragged from the freezing river carrying 2 severed arms in his backpack. Police later found the decapitated head and body of a woman in Professor Oleg Slokov's flat in St. Petersburg, Russia, alongside a saw covered in blood. The victim was identified by police sources as... I don't need to say the poor victim. I guess I should. Anastasia Yoshenko, 24, who was a student of the professor. She had been in a relationship with the lecturer, who's 63, when he, quote, accidentally killed her during an argument, police said.
He accidentally killed her and then severed her arm? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Whoa, man.
Sokolov, a leading expert on Russian military history, is now in a hospital suffering from hypothermia. He was dragged from the icy Moika River in St. Petersburg in the early hours of Saturday morning. Police discovered the 2 female arms, which had been severed at the elbow, as well as a gun in his bag. Slokov is a professor at St. Petersburg State University and is well known for reenacting moments of Napoleonic history. He was president of the Russian Association of Military History and is now a member of the body's scientific council. He has worked as a technical advisor to European television broadcasters on films depicting the Napoleonic era. He was made a Knight of the Legion of Honor in France in 2003.
Oh, Jesus, man.
And now he
fucks it all up.
Yeah, and
he fucks it all up because he accidentally kills his 24-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah.
In an argument.
Yeah,
what
and
fuck,
Mike Parlette's here, and he goes, so I need to chop her body up. He was hiding the fact that he was a perverted freak. I think that he killed her. Best guess, like, why would you have her severed arms and you'd already cut her up? Why were you in the river? I think he was trying to dump body parts. He had killed her.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Like, there's no other reason why he would be there.
Yeah.
With arms in his backpack. Like, that's a dude trying to get rid of the evidence and spread it all over.
Yeah.
So there's no specific location.
And what, like, they dragged him from the river. So what, when he went into the water, like, he just didn't want to throw it at the edge, so he wanted to, like, swim in a little to dump it deep, and he ended up contracting hypothermia, screamed for help, and they pulled him out, and he had the arms with him.
Like, what most likely was going through his head was, okay, so if you throw it in, there's more of a chance of it, washing downstream and someone actually finding it. But if I go in the water and dump it in there, there's less of a chance. Not saying that will actually happen, but that's probably what I was thinking.
Well, Zombie Teddy says, Far, I understand your interests. I'm a medical examiner, and I find morbid things like that interesting. Man, we got so many interesting.
Thank you.
No, I'm just saying, like, we got so many interesting people in chat. Like, when I find out what some people do, it's like we have gunsmiths, we have medical examiners, Gilcato's like a super tech guy, and like all sorts of people doing interesting things. It's great.
And here they are watching us.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that part, guys. This oh, fuck. Wow. So let's see. We are, after all, a non-distinct time period speakeasy saloon bar type place. And so I pulled up some bar stories from. Jesus.
Is it going to be more people killing each other over chicken sandwiches?
No, we're done with the Jesus. And then Mike Parlette's into cybersecurity. And if people don't even have interesting jobs, they've led these fascinating lives where they've done, like, you know, it's like, yeah, okay, I drive a truck or whatever, but you know, I was in the military and I did this, and then for a little while I worked over here. Like, when I hear people's background stories, man, they're always fascinating. Either what they're doing, what they've done, what they want to do. It's great. Let's see. No, these
There's nothing wrong with being a sparky potato.
What's a sparky?
Electrician.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, sparky.
Electricians are very well paid, are they not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad job at all,
like,
man.
you know what my dad does? He's a sheet metal worker. He's a welder. He gets paid pretty good for that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with being a tradie.
Machinists, welders, especially structural welders and stuff, plumbers, electricians. These are fucking high-paid. Carpentry. These are fucking well-paying jobs. Very well-paying jobs. Nothing wrong with that at all. The 5 craziest stories from the Prohibition era. No, I don't know if these are going to be... What?
Yeah, are they actually going to be crazy? Or is it going to be like...
There's going to be no dismemberment, Far. I'm sorry.
There's no alcohol here. Right. Like lame ass stories.
Well, let's find out. Oh, this is one that I actually know a little something about. You could buy alcohol in drugstores during Prohibition.
Well, wouldn't that be the rubbing alcohol?
No, like medicinal alcohol for. It was in all sorts of tonics. The majority of tonics were largely alcohol until they outlawed like laudanum, for example. Like it's a mixture of alcohol and opiates, various kinds of opiates called laudanum. But then laudanum had all kinds of extra crap in it as well. You could never be too sure. Go over to Chinatown, buy some laudanum, see if it doesn't make you go blind. Let's see. Knocking back a drink or two wasn't illegal during Prohibition, at least if you did it in your own home. However, there was another route to inebriation. Your friendly neighborhood drugstore owner. Alcohol could be prescribed for medical complaints, leading to a legal yet loaded scenario where doctors basically became bartenders. If patients had a few dollars to pass over the counter, they could quench their thirst. A Smithsonian Magazine article quotes Daniel Ockrent, author of Last Call, The Rise and Fall of Prohibition. He says that, quote, presumably doctors were doing examinations and diagnoses, but it was mostly bogus. There may have been some people who were being prescribed because there was a perceived medical need, but it was really a way for some physicians and pharmacists to make a lot of extra money. As for brewers and distillers, they had to think outside the box. Pabst, you know, PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon, they still existed back in the day. Pabst made their own cheese, for example, though they and other companies bent the rules over alcohol production. Take raisin cakes sold by vineyards, which tended to ferment if customers somehow forgot to eat them.
Yeah, forgot, right.
Right.
That's what happened.
You know, it was prescribed, and if you go a little bit further with some of that stuff, for religious purposes, it is also perfectly legal to possess, sell, and buy alcohol. So, the Catholic Mass has wine involved. a number of Jewish traditions, the five cups tradition. There's a whole sorts of rabbinical things. And to become a rabbi was a lot easier than becoming a Catholic priest or some other form of minister at that time. So you see the explosion inside of New York State of people that are getting authorization papers to be rabbis. I was getting that one from Ken Burns' documentary on the Prohibition era, which is excellent. If you guys are at least even a little interested, it's worth watching. Ken Burns is the man, and that documentary is fascinating. This picture's worth seeing.
God, but the thing is, if the Jewish wine is the same as the Catholic wine, then why even bother? Because it's shit. It's shit.
Oh,
just saying.
Well,
Don't do it.
You mean like kosher wine, the super sweet Manischewitz type stuff? Yeah, that is shit. There is good kosher wine.
No, there's No. Like, if it's the same thing, because I've had because I've done First Communion stuff for Catholic stuff, right?
Right.
And I was an idiot child. I was like, yes, I'm going to try the wine. It didn't go well. Even to this day, I have a feeling if I tried it now, it still tastes like shit. Don't do it.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
it's not.
If you ask a priest about that, it's like, so what vintage and what vintage of Bordeaux, and are you going left bank or right bank Bordeaux for your?
It probably came from a goon bag.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's like that's not the point. The point is that it, like in the Catholic Mass, anyways, is becoming the literal blood of Christ. It doesn't matter if it's bad wine, far Christy.
It matters to me, okay?
You strange-o alky. It's like, okay, can I not have a fine Bordeaux while I'm communing with the Lord?
Well, needless to say, like in the few times I have gone back since, I have not done the communion shit. Just saying.
I see how it is. And it's because the wine is bad. Don't get me wrong. I like God, but not if the wine's bad.
Shit too. The wafers are shit too. That's not bread. That's fucking packaging foam.
Do you want? Are we, Chad? Are you listening to what Far's saying? She would be communicating with the creator of the universe, but his bread and wine suck.
Better bread and wine. God damn it, Catholics! What the fuck is wrong?
Okay, you know what, Far? I like Pete's. He's like, once they bless it, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the point, you know. But see,
no, it still matters.
Far, you want to be a ship poster? You prove your chops. All right. You start a Change.org petition for fine wine and bread in all communion services from now on. It's current year, people.
You gotta up your game.
So I put
oh god.
I put this picture up that's from there, and I love this. Like the Gallant Knight brand whiskey bottled in bond for medicinal use only.
Yep, sure. That's like the cocaine that they put up. It's like for medicinal use only. Cocaine.
Yeah. And Sloan's liniment. Oh, see, that's another thing. It's not a tonic. It's a tonic or it's a liniment. Both medicinal products, right? Dude, it's fucking booze. Like, you know, we all know it, right? That kills me. I mean, but this, we can giggle and laugh at it, but come on. How many people where there's medical marijuana go to their doctors who write them a script? It's for my glaucoma. You're 19 years old. You have glaucoma?
Sure you do.
It's to realign it's to realign my chakra. My body humors are out of balance, and the doctor's like, sounds legit to me. Here's a script for some sweet indica. That'll fix you right up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it is the same shit, isn't it? The exact same shit.
But it all sounds very familiar, doesn't it? But I like the guys who went out and got the paperwork to prove that they were now rabbis. I mean, that's going the extra mile. You guys deserve the credit. That's pretty good. Okay, number 3. For pig, read drink. Okay. The term speakeasy, as Noir Bar is, welcome to Polly's place, is often associated with a drinking den. Yet, there is another name that's maybe well less known, a blind pig. The idea was to go and check out a porcine attraction kept by the establishment in question. These were billed as striped pigs. The stripes added with a paintbrush by some unscrupulous owner. And while patrons were there, they might as well enjoy a cheeky drink or two on the side. As for the origins of the expression blind pig, they are ambiguous. Website Alcohol Problems and Solutions speculates that maybe the striped pig was made of clay. I don't understand. Are you far? Does it make any sense to you at all?
What?
This whole thing, pig. What?
Blind pig?
Yeah. Did you follow that story?
Not really. Like, all I got out of it was, like, they used to call speakeasies blind pigs, and no one knows why.
Well, the idea was to go check out a pork attraction by the establishment in question. These were billed as striped pigs. The stripes added with a paintbrush by some unscrupulous owner. And while the patrons were there looking at the pig, they might as well enjoy a drink or two on the side. So the idea
Wait. So the idea is that they go to see a pig, but also have a drink. What?
So it would be like, let's say here at Noir Bar, Polly's place, you guys aren't coming by to get drinks. You're paying a $5 fee to see the striped pig that I have here, and I provide free complimentary drinks while you're here. That's the best I'm able to get from it.
That's an interesting way to do it, I guess. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty fucking weird.
In number 2, in sanitary conditions, Prohibition is sometimes regarded as a lighthearted game of cat and mouse between drinkers and detectives. However, there was a dark side to the antics, namely the health and safety nightmare of illicit booze. Hey, our Dad Zoos Me brand liquor is fine.
It's fine, guys. Just don't worry about it, okay? Dad Zeus Me brand till the end, right?
Yeah, absolutely. In case you guys didn't know, I've been pouring Far's father's own brand of distillate all night long. That's what you've been drinking. And yeah, her dad really does distill his own alcohol, which makes him cool in my book. Okay, so namely the health and safety nightmare of illicit booze. It was the age of home brewing, and conditions existed that were far from sanitary. Around 1,000 people died from the effects of poorly prepared alcohol per year. Considering the national dry spell lasted 13 years, that's a shocking figure. The website, Prohibition, an Interactive History, mentions that, quote, some of these moms and pop operations used a small still to ferment a mash from corn sugar or fruit, beets, even potato peels to produce 200 proof alcohol, then mix it with glycerin and a key ingredient, a touch of juniper oil as flavoring. Oh, well, there's your bathtub gin.
Wow. That's a lot of... Wow. Don't do that. Like, holy fuck, don't do that.
Yeah. That's, and now you know where the origin of bathtub gin comes from. By the way, we only sell the finest quality liquors here. Remember to tip your bartender.
Dad Zeus Me brand doesn't do that shit. It's fine.
Well, for those who are really stingy with the tips, they get the bathtub stuff that I make out back. But all of the generous souls that tip with the Streamlabs link that Evolved Potato is so generously put up there are getting with the man.
Christ, dude, you trying to kill chat? Fuck, man.
Are you trying to kill chat? No, I'm not. Of course not. Okay, to turn this highly potent liquid into rank, quote, gin, they needed to water it down by half, but their bottles were often too tall to fit under a spigot in the kitchen sink. So they used the one in the bathtub. Bathtub gin tasted pretty terrible. So to disguise the flavor, bartenders threw in some extra ingredients. From there, the cocktail was supposedly born, though this is believed to be something of a legend. Yeah, it wasn't just then that people figure that out. Anyway. Okay. And number 1. Oh, hey. This is a nice reverse segue into our discussion about religion. Rewriting the Bible. And
God.
And lo, the angel of the Lord came down, and he was swaying slightly, as if intoxicated by a devilish brew.
And no, he came down and he was like, "Yo, my dudes, let's get turned, let's get drunk." Fuck, man. That's essentially what they're saying.
Right. While those words never appear in the Bible, there was a time when churchgoers saw to the other extreme, a removal of alcoholic references from the good book altogether. The temperance movement, which played a key role in making prohibition a reality in the first place, found comfort in religious doctrine. Unfortunately, there was a slight snag when it came to the Bible, where alcohol is explicitly mentioned repeatedly. Yeah, it absolutely is. One of the most well-known passages was especially problematic, and they resolved the issue in an intriguing fashion, as described by Alcohol Problems and Solutions. Their line, quote, was to insist that Jesus drank grape juice rather than wine.
Oh, fuck, man.
Jesus. This strategy was then expanded to include a spot of editing. Quote, during Prohibition, temperance activists hired a scholar to rewrite the Bible by removing all references to alcoholic beverages. Prohibition gave rise to some silly solutions, but amending the Word of God has got to be the epitome of craziness during the thirstiest 13 years.
Fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like, if your damn book, like, okay, if your damn book is saying alcohol is fine, but you're basing your entire movement on this book, maybe that's going to tell you something, you know?
Yeah.
Just maybe that's saying something, like, you know, God might be fine with you getting a little shit-faced. I don't know. Just saying.
Damn.
That's some high quality autism right there. Just saying.
I mean, yeah. Why did they just go the route of saying this isn't wine that we make? Okay, like German beer, like back in the day, is like back at the time of Prohibition when German immigrants were making their own beer, it was really low alcohol beer, like 1 or 2%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why not just say that? Like, not like, oh, you drink grape juice. Just say wine. And it's like, well, didn't Jesus turn water to wine? Yeah, but it's the wine they drank back then. Kids drank it. It was extremely low alcohol wine. It wasn't for getting drunk. Why not just do that? Why actually rewrite it? It makes you look like a bunch of fools, honestly.
Yeah, no, it really... I mean, the temperance movement, to be quite honest, okay, I think everyone at this point is kind of like, holy shit, who actually let these people have any say in anything whatsoever? All right?
Yeah.
But this is the biggest example of that, of, man, you try to rewrite the fucking Bible. I know people here and there have kind of done that over the years, but at the same time, that's people in those religions that have kind of done that, you know? There's a huge difference between we got to do some religious reforms and, oh, the Bible, it mentions the alcohols being okay, we just got to get rid of that. Like, what the fuck, man?
Here, Linus, it's sort of off topic, but this was just the article that was that one. Random and cool. The oldest European book ever found. It's 1,300 years old. Look how good condition it's in. It's found in a tomb.
See it and mind it.
Oh, yeah. It's, yeah, I guess I'll leave it. I was about to start scrolling. Good thing. Frozen. I'm just amazed how, like, it's got its original, not engraved, but formed leather binding still on it. It's a copy.
Oh, yeah, as long as they kept in, like, isolation or good condition or whatever the fuck. Yeah, those things can last a while.
That's the back cover.
Holy crap. Yeah, I see it.
Look how rich the text is. Like, this is one of the pages. It's a copy of the Gospel of John, and it was found in a saint's tomb that he was buried with. His personal copy.
Oh yeah, no, if he was buried with it, then yeah, that's gonna be preserved quite perfectly, to be honest.
Yeah. But as like a book guy, that's pretty sweet. That book is
No, that is pretty fucking sweet.
13 centuries old. Like that's just like just inconceivably old. And like look how like clean and perfect the pages are and how crisp the lettering is. All written by hand. I mean, holy fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think a lot of people looking at this like, oh yeah, it's just a book. So, no, that was all written by hand. Someone did that.
Actually,
all on their own.
Zombie Teddy says they don't make them like they used to. Yeah, look at the binding. It's still perfect in it. Okay, so there are older books, but they're not complete in that way and not, you know what I mean? Like that, this he carried around and read it regularly, obviously treated it very well, but look, the binding is still in. I have old books that aren't in that good a condition that are from like the 1930s.
Yeah, oh god, we have a Bible here that's from sometime, I think in the 1800s or something like that, and the binding on that is absolutely fucked. Like, that is better than that.
No, but exactly. Zombie Teddy, I agree. They don't make them like they used to. Yeah, because that was like,
really don't.
Yeah, like that's a high-class individual volume that a craftsman put together, and that's why it's still in one piece 1,300 years later, you know? That's no print-on-demand Amazon bullshit right there.
Yeah, that's no glue binding that's gonna melt in the Australian sun in a car. That's legit. And I'm saying that because that actually happened to me and it was very sad.
Really? The heat...
Don't leave your books in a car, especially if it has glue binding. Just saying.
I've never had the binding on a book let loose. That's crazy.
Yeah, like it happened when I was a kid, and it was just a book a book series I was reading, and it happened to a couple of them because I think I left like the whole stack of them in the car.
Ah, okay.
And it was so hot in the car, it just kind of melted slightly, so the pages are now a bit loose. I still have those books, but yeah, I had to kind of tape them back in.
Yeah. Pete asks, have you heard of the Voynich manuscript? No, I have. Oh, is that the... I have. No, I haven't. Is that the one that's in really weird writing and no one can figure out what the hell it means?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got weird images in it where it's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
because it's all plants in it and stuff that doesn't actually exist.
Yeah.
It's like the weird ladies in the baths.
Yeah.
And like they have like enlarged stomachs for whatever reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched some little short documentary on it. Yeah, it's baffling, Pete. Wild stuff.
Yeah, it's so strange.
I picture it's a guy like Styx, Hex, and Hammer that just wrote a book, and people are, you know.
Oh god,
it's all like half magic, half his own ideas, you know.
You want to know what I hope it is, but it probably isn't. It's just some dude's like fantasy writing, but he's like, I'm gonna take all this shit, like I'm stealing it from the I'm just gonna steal this from my workplace, and I'm gonna slowly work on this over time. And it's like in his own weird like dialect and shit, and now like we have it here years later, and it's like, what does it mean? It's just some dude's fan fiction. It's just some dude's like weird fan fiction or something.
Yeah, the craftsmanship put into it, and how long it must have taken the person to do it as a manuscript written by somebody. It's somebody.
No, absolutely. There was a lot of work put into this.
Vol Potato says I have books from the early 2000s that are in worse condition. Yep, so do I.
Yeah, that's
so do I.
That's actually those melted books. That's from when that was from the early 2000s.
All right, I'm going to. I think it's about time that everybody start finishing off the drinks that they have. If you have any final questions or anything of the sort, now would be the time to ask. If you want to send any tips up to the bartender, he would greatly appreciate it. Now would be the time. Also, I keep forgetting to mention it. FAR also takes commissions, and for all sorts of things. I do. Like Evolved Potatoes little avatar there is one of them. There's FAR is open to doing all kinds of art. I am a fan of her art. My own avatar is a piece of her art. It's the Smoking Jacket Otter. That's one of hers. So yeah, you can hit her up on Twitter. Did I put your...
My DMs are open.
Your DMs are open. But did I put your Twitter link in the description? Is it down there? I'll go do that.
Let me have a look.
I'll add it.
No, it's not.
It's not? Okay, I'll add it.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh my god, a last call. Polly's learning. Yeah, I know, right, Grant? It's
Yeah, my merch is there, but it's not Twitter's not.
yeah. So yeah, I will include her link, and Far should throw it up in chat anyway. So anyone listening in the future will be able to find it down there before we mention it at the last call of the show. And so like I said, now's the time for questions, final tips to the bartender, and any thoughts or ideas that you might have. And we'll just wait for everyone to finish off their drinks. Also, if you're recent to the bar, if you just come in, please feel free to like and subscribe. It definitely helps in the algorithm. And man, you know what? I forgot to mention that when I was talking about that earlier. There's a reason that a lot of people that I know monetize their channel to begin with, because of the help it gives you in the algorithm. You will always be at the bottom if you're not monetized, because they can't make money. YouTube can't make money off of your videos as much as they can for monetized videos. So it doesn't matter how smart you are with the tags, etc., etc. If your channel isn't monetized, you'll never go anywhere in the algorithm. Fucking hell, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's bullshit.
Vol Potato says, Far did a Christmas potato for me, which you'll see in a week or two. She had mentioned something she mentioned something about that, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. She did a Christmas order that I kind of like repurposed as a avatar. I'm thinking of commissioning her myself to do another Christmas order.
Yeah, no, please. I'll do it for free, Polly. I need to redo that. Fuck.
Oh, Mike Parlett says, I need a shout out. One more sub so I can change the channel name. you can, by all means, go check out Mike Parlett's channel. You've got mod status. You can go ahead and put a link to your channel there. And anybody who isn't sub and wants to, by all means, go check his channel out and sub. Let's push him over the top, damn it. And such a sweet voice to be a harlot. Yeah, I know, right? You
need a sweet voice to be a harlot.
I was thinking of doing my own webcomic series called Far, the Black-Hearted Numbat. I was don't let the sweet voice fool you. She's
I'm a salty bitch.
And what was the other thing that I wanted to say? Just looking through chat, it was something that reminded me. What's with the midget in the bathroom? Excuse me?
Oh, that's Gary. Leave Gary alone. He's fine.
Midnight X? Who's Gary? Did you...
I'm joking, Polly.
Well, I was going to say, did you bring a midget along with you and he's hiding in the fucking bathroom?
No. He just lives there.
He ain't lit. Not in my bathroom, he doesn't.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Gary.
You ruined his little fake-ass spotter abode, or squatter abode. Not here.
Yeah, I guess I did. Fuck.
Jesus. Oh, that's what it reminded me of. Zombie Teddy asks, are you going to be doing any more American Psycho readings? I've been really enjoying those. You know what's funny? Sinatra hit me up right before Halloween, like on the 30th of October, and said, do you want to be part of this collaborative effort that I'm doing where everyone's doing a creepypasta read? He said, I'm getting a whole bunch of people together. It's going to be a compilation. I'm going to play it on my CreepSyn channel. And I went back and forth with him, like, I don't really know creepypastas that well. If you sent me one, he goes, yeah, I'll send you a short one, whatever. But you have to get it back to me today. And I was like, God damn. And now this was at like 7 a.m. that he told me this. Now I was still awake and he was just waking up. And I'm like, well, I'm going to have to do it now or I'll never get it done. So I did the reading. It was only like a short 3-minute creepypasta. And he put it on there. And I went and listened to the whole compilation after he had put it up. And some of the voice talent that he brought in, fucking amazing, chat. Amazing. Like, some of those people are professionally trained to be doing that. And it made me feel like, holy shit, I got to stop putting up live reads. I don't have the chops for this. You should have heard it. I was scared listening to some of those creepypastas that those guys were laying out, like, meaning like they're really good with instilling tension and suspense and all of that stuff. Compared to my read, they just blew it out of the water, and that kind of like, I don't know, sank a lot of my ambition to keep going with American Psycho and Screw Tape Letters. I was enjoying it, and that's probably why I should get back to it. But oh man, after hearing my live read compared to some people that are pros at it, I was like, whew, took the wind out of my sails for a minute.
Well, they're also doing creepypastas, so not necessarily the thing you usually do.
Well, no, it's not. But I mean, those are the type of people that it's like, okay, here's a romance novel, and they're able to make it work and run with it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Pete says, I was a little sad that I didn't get to be part of your Christmas streams last year and the year before. They're too early for me. Oh yeah, I guess they would be. Well, see, I was thinking about this the other night. People said, are you going to put up Thanksgiving and Christmas decorations in the Noir Bar? I was looking at this original image, the one you guys see right here, of the bar, and thinking like, how am I gonna make that work? I don't know. I started thinking about, like, obviously a Christmas tree is one idea, and other things like that. I don't know. I'm thinking about just like hanging stuff around the corners of the screen. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna be doing Christmas. It will be Christmas at Noir Bar, Pete. So you'll be able to come by for sure when we do that. But I'm also going away in the middle of December.
It'll look so tacky. It'll be great.
So yeah, but like I said, I'm also going away in December. So I don't know if I'll be able to do stuff from the road. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I'll probably be gone for weeks, actually. I haven't figured out the details of it yet. I'll let you guys know. In any case, I think I've... what's with the midget in the bathroom? And Pete, are you going to check on Dan later? As long as you make sure he's not sleeping on his back, man. People that drunk die horribly that way. And Pete's final thoughts are make more eggs, Polly. I will be.
People spike the eggs. They're great.
I will be finishing it. Well, I've got the idea for one and the fixins to make just one, and I can't sit down for 4 or 5 hours and just do it all at once. And besides, you have to let the glue and stuff and the epoxy that I use for the base dry overnight. So it ends up taking me like a week to make one, putting in like half an hour every day.
Yeah, fair enough.
And there it is. Mike Parlett got over the top, I think. Awesome. Now it's youtube.com. Fatty057. Nice. You got the Inquisitor is still being denied a personalized URL. He's way over the requirement to get a personalized URL.
What is the requirement again?
I forget. It's a certain amount of subs, I believe. Like over 100 subs or something. I can't remember.
Oh, shit. I can go and change mine then. I need to change that. Holy crap.
Yeah, I have no idea what the numbers were. It's just when I went into the section of Creator Studio where it just said, you're eligible. Would you like to claim it? And I'm like, yes, I didn't even know that was a thing. And that's /polydub, which I'm happy about because you can send it a lot easier, direct people to it a lot easier, and so on. All right, chat. Thank you for keeping us company here at Noir Bar. Thank you for patronizing Polly's Place. And Far, particularly, thank you for keeping me company at the bar. And
no problem. An
extra special thank you to everybody who tipped the bartender. It is sincerely appreciated, guys. Very much so. It allows me to do more of them and afford a computer eventually where I can make better ones and do more of them. And that should be awesome. And I'm really thinking about getting the Patreon going so we can do the movies thing, watching movies on a Discord hangout, and all sorts of other fun stuff that I was talking to Drunken Uncle about. That, yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think that's something I should go ahead with. So everybody have a good night. And as we say about this time, you don't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.